Headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With 6.6 left in the tie game, De'Aaron introduced the crowd in Chicago to fourth quarter Fox.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. Fourth quarter Fox has come through one more time.
Fox finished with a team-high 32 points on a blistering 70% from the field, including 66% from three and 80% from the line in the Kings' 117-114 win over the Bulls. Little time to celebrate, though, as they are on a back-to-back tonight as they play in Brooklyn. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock with Game Night right here on Sactown Sports. The 49ers continued their busy offseason, signing former number 4 overall pick Clelin Ferrell to a one-year deal. Ferrell spent his first 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he amassed 10 total sacks. You can read all about NFL free agency at SactownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, Sam Amick from The Athletic joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
You know what? I just did something in this chair that I almost never do. Be professional. No, I had to. I actually turned the headphones up like 2 clicks. Were you in this chair last night? I knew you were in this chair last night. See, that's what proves that, like, you have normal ears, Jason Ross. Good morning. Normal ears.
I didn't hear you.
However, I know I'm opening myself up for something here. You apparently do not have a normal nose.
Apparently not.
Woof. Walked into the studio and, like, my face got peeled back by this overwhelming oniony, maybe vinegary. Yeah, it smells honestly like the inside of a Subway or a Togo's.
Oh,
and
like fresh.
I guess you guys dined last night. There was nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we always dine. I had leftovers from. You know what that scent is? Is what we've trimmed it down to. I think it's an Olive Garden salad.
Oh,
so there are onions and maybe the Italian dressing.
Heavy red onions.
It was very heavy. I had a bite or two. Woo!
Yeah.
That's
no making out after that, pal.
No.
Add that to the list of things you don't microwave in the office. Am I right?
Yeah. And
my apologies. I did not know.
No, and I told Jason too, because he was, I see he started to feel bad, or he's like, hey, let me get the, should I move the garbage or something? It's not okay, really, that's the second day in a row. What happened? Do you just always fade it out before that, or did we change the songs out? Because that is a hard out. And I don't.
That hard out has been happening now for.
But Jason, then you're fading
3 weeks. I'm not fading.
No. I'm
You've
saying
been
you've been fading it.
I think the music might be lower, and you're just not hearing it.
Because Pavlovian the last 2 days, I'm not just gonna start reacting.
I don't know why we're bringing up our friend from the country station, Pat Lovian, but
you're stupid. It's not an offensive smell. It's not like salmon or something. Like, it's not that. It's a, if this was 1 p.m. and I was a little bit hungry, oh man, I want a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's one of those smells. It's just
I want a sandwich
at early morning. It's like,
is it too early for a sandwich?
It's never too early.
Tom Haley's eating lunch.
It's never too early for this either, by the way. When I say this, I mean this thing that I should have unmuted and where aren't we playing? Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, because dang it! I had
I didn't switch.
I had everything.
What was down? Just out of curiosity.
Honestly, it's the actual mute button on the computer itself.
Oh,
yeah, that's kind of a new one. There we go. All right, everybody, listen up.
Now you got to talk in a radio DJ voice. You're gonna intro this.
Hey, smooth rock on, KHTK.
Very nice.
This is Bobby Caldwell.
He's dead. Sorry.
I mean,
Hard fade.
Yeah, hey, come on, the fade
right
guy.
there. Just squats over the segment and just lets fly. Like,
he put red onions on it.
There was going to be a whole and and Casey Kasem, and this is the stuff. And yesterday he and Jay just rolls it. He's dead. He died.
It's what they do on the news.
He died. Breaking news. So Bobby Caldwell, most of you heard this song, but you most of you love. It's a beautiful voice.
My friends wonder what is wrong with me.
So Bobby Caldwell is the all-time world heavyweight champion of what?
Yes.
Go
What
on,
the who? Huh?
go on YouTube, and if you want to have a fun few minutes in a rabbit hole, search Bobby Caldwell reactions. And it's just a compilation of people that are watching this video and the song and go, and then it starts out and he's on a park bench in kind of a silhouette under a street light. And as he gets to, where the voice comes in big time, it's revealed that, Bobby Caldwell kind of looks like Indiana Jones. He's white. And everyone goes, what?
Yeah.
The thing about Bobby Caldwell is he was out in L.A. as a youngster in the 70s trying to make it in the L.A. music scene. He couldn't do it. He was playing with his band was playing with Little Richard when Little Richard fired his band. Bobby couldn't make it, goes back to Miami, which had a nice little disco R&B record company there that was having a lot of hits with Casey and the Sunshine Band, a lot of different artists. So he comes up with the album, ties up this single. They got their lead single, but they couldn't figure out what to do because they're marketing to R&B radio with this lily white guy. They didn't know what the heck to do. So Bobby comes up with the idea of the album cover in which it's a silhouette. You can't tell what color he is. You have no idea. And the record becomes this massive hit, but nobody knows Bobby Caldwell's white. So he goes out on tour. I think it's in Cleveland for Gladys Knight and the Pips. And he goes on stage and the song starts. And he's recounting this. He's like, you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
People are like, what the blankety blank?
Who's this guy?
Who the heck is this clown bar?
Right.
And then he said, I start singing, and a minute and a half into, maybe a minute into the song, people are just losing their minds. I had him in the palm of my hand, and here we go. It's a classic song.
It is.
Which, by the way, CNCI's
Stunner,
who is maybe the most knowledgeable music person in this building, and that's his wheelhouse is 70s. He didn't know this. He never heard the song in his life.
He never heard Bobby Caldwell. He didn't know the song. I'm like, well, he's definitely heard the song.
Blew me away.
I could not believe that.
I
wonder if he's even telling us the truth.
I agree with you. So shouts to Bobby Caldwell, his wife Mary, who tweeted out yesterday that Bobby passed away in her arms after it sounded like it was a battle with an illness. And if you haven't had a chance, search Bobby Caldwell. Maybe give that song a listen to. He's got other really good songs too. What You Won't Do for Love. In the meantime, we've got a show filled with love leading off right now.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Fox advances the dribble across the logo. 5 seconds to go. It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. 7/10 of a second remaining. The 3-point shot will be reviewed. It's not over yet, but fourth quarter Fox has come through one more time.
I mean, what are you going to do?
The swing of emotions, that 30 seconds when Barnes was called for the foul.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yes, challenge that. 100% they're getting this. They're not counting that. They're still going to be up 1. And then they still called a foul. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. And I was like, you know what? It was worth it because we got to see that.
And I know what you meant, but I think when I refer to it today, it's going to be, when they called the foul, I'm going to do the air quotes. That was such a garbage call. It was such a garbage call. And then, like you said, they review it.
Yeah.
This is getting overturned.
Right.
No, there's no doubt the angle. There's not contact. It's not a foul.
You know what? If this didn't happen this way, if this was a home game, I am 99% certain that when Barnes went to the line and or Kessler Edwards went to the line and they made 1 each, there would have been light the beam chance.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There would have been.
I think you're right.
And then that moment would have it would have all come together, and it's like it's over.
It's over.
It's not over.
But
and then,
but if there were light the beam chance,
does
DeRozan hit the three, or is he too intimidated? Is he too intimidated by the beam
does
chance?
one lead to the other?
Yeah, either way, and then De'Aaron Fox just rolls down.
Is that the end of the first quarter, or is the game on the line?
I'm just gonna roll down and who's he get? And here's what this is honestly, and I shouldn't. That's what I expected. He's gonna do some crazy De'Aaron Fox move, off the back rim from 10 feet. We're going overtime.
Yeah.
That's fine. He just drains a three. I'm just De'Aaron Fox. I'm draining threes.
Yeah, that's what I do.
He's draining threes.
Hallelujah. He's draining threes.
Cut number 2.
Mike Brown warmly embraces Jacques Vaughn after Mike Brown's Sacramento Kings put a 153-121 hurt on the Brooklyn Nets. Sacramento is now over 500 after losing the first 4 games to start the season. They are 7-6. They've won 4 in a row. They've won 7 of their last 9. They're on the plus side on the home floor for the first time with a 4-3 record. So a lot of good things happening, obviously, for the Sacramento Kings.
And they never looked back.
Never, ever looked back. Boston, Denver, and Minnesota all on the road, and they're all part of this 5 of 7 win section for the Brooklyn Nets. There's a schedule loss. It's a schedule loss tonight. I think that I got to look. I think the Nets will be favored in this. Doesn't mean the Kings will lose. I'm saying this is one of those scheduling losses here. Do not make the mistake, everybody, of thinking Brooklyn is.
Brooklyn's played great.
They've played fantastic.
The record stayed nice.
They're 39-30.
Hey, dare to say they've bridged the gap? Michael Bridges has been a really
dare
good.
You to say that on the radio.
Who would say
dare
that?
Bridge.
So they have this guy on the team. Prior to the Kevin Durant trade.
when we got a lot to get to.
They say the best jokes you have to explain.
It's coming up at 8 o'clock. Gosh, we should probably move him to 9 next week. Poor guy. Get him on he said just sleepy Sam. Clutch Fox comes through again. It was an amazing, magical night in Chicago for the Sacramento Kings. We'll get to it next.
It's Chris and Company with Chris Watkins.
Aaron Rodgers this guy is something else, man. I definitely was fully prepared for today to be a nothing day. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. I'm glad that we can all move on with our lives now. The Jets have a quarterback. He's 38, 39 years old. Congrats.
Chris and Company with Chris Watkins. Weekdays from 10 to 11.
On Sactown Sports.
When was the last time you heard of a new car for only $298 a month? How about today at Elk Grove Kia? Your choice, 2023 Kia Forte GT or 2023 Kia Soul EX for only $298 a month. Incredible. With Elk Grove Kia's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Why would you buy anywhere else? Worried about credit? Elk Grove Kia specializes in helping folks get the credit they deserve. No credit, little credit, bad credit, no problem. Bankruptcies, foreclosures, repos, no problem. Looking for the hard-to-find models, Tellurides, K5s, EV6s? Check us out online at elkgrovekia.com or come see us at the Elk Grove Auto Mall today.
2023 Kia Soul EX 298 plus tax 48 month lease $31.95 customer cash to assigning residual of $15,603.80 based on 10K per year 20 cents per mile over payment based on 01740 plus FICO score subject to Kia finance approval. This payment GTA 858 2023 Kia Forte GT 298 plus tax 36 month lease $39.95 customer cash to assigning residual of $13,140 based on 10K per year payment at 01740 plus FICO score subject to Kia finance approval. This payment GTA 8581 both expires 3/31/23.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Now Fox against Kobe White. Crosses to his right. Pulls up. 18-footer. He's got the bucket. The fourth quarter closer, De'Aaron Fox, has given the Kings a 112-106 advantage with 41 seconds to go. 12 for Fox in the fourth quarter.
G-Man on the call. Fox was just great last night, and then this happened.
15.7, trying to deflect. Inbounds pass goes to Vucevic. 4-point Kings lead to DeRozan. He fires for three. He's got it, and he was fouled! Oh, my goodness! I can't believe that the Kings made that mistake. Harrison Barnes was screened off, but somehow he made contact, and it's going to be DeRozan with a chance to tie.
That could have been so different. Kings lose that game yesterday, and it's just but.
Yes.
It's just but.
Yeah.
But they did not, and that's thanks to De'Aaron Fox. I will say this. It should not have been a call. It should not have been called by the refs. But I do have to ask a question. Should Harrison have been that close up on him? I understand you have to play somewhat, but you're up 4 with whatever was left, 15 seconds. It's almost, I don't want it to sound like I'm blaming him because I'm not. It's not. There shouldn't have been called for foul. It was garbage. It was blah, 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 blah. But it's almost like you don't even want to take the chance. Just let, from me to you, let the guy shoot the ball.
Harrison had a rough as far as what calls were, because remember, he had what could have been a 6-point play, right? Because they had the 3 that he fouled DeRozan, and they called it a violent, which I hate that rule. I know what the purpose is behind it, but just when they're going a violent act, didn't allow the 3-point shooter, and you're going, okay, we're talking about that being a violent act. Yeah. But they got the ball after the free throw, so they had 2 4-point plays in the second half, and nearly could have had a 7-point sequence really on that one, but they missed their shot. But that was rough.
It was rough. It was silly. It didn't matter because De'Aaron Fox came through in the clutch with 0.7 left.
15 more in the fourth.
I don't want to get prematurely riled up here, but what did I see yesterday? Like De'Aaron Fox has 38 more points or something in the clutch than second place, which is Jimmy Butler, but he's played 5 less qualifying minutes. If he doesn't get that Jerry West, and by the way, this is a war that didn't exist before.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, if he doesn't get it, the NBA's rigged.
But I love that he might. It really should and will likely get the first one.
Yes,
that's a cool honor.
There's only one person that can get the first Jerry West award, and if he doesn't get it, then just throw away the award. There's just no point. 32 points for De'Aaron Fox. I don't know. My memory is not too good. I'm trying to remember back to 3 in the key where we were all saying who'd hit the last shot of the game. Can't remember.
Well, let's see.
I think I was close.
What'd you say?
I don't remember.
Did you say like some random bull?
There's no random bulls. They're all stars.
He wanted to at first and then changed it.
Yeah, that's right. 33 minutes for Fox. Triple-double for Sabonis.
Yes. Ho-hum.
Just, 14, 17, and 10. So I was thinking about this morning. I went down this rabbit hole. I'm going to make a statement. You guys tell me it's false. Right now, the Kings have the best.
Wait, you said you're going to make a statement it's false?
No, I'm just saying. Tell me if it's false. Right now, the Sacramento Kings have the best point guard and center in their history. Right now.
The combo?
No, I'm saying each one individually.
That's fair.
De'Aaron Fox is the best point guard in Sacramento Kings history, and Domantas Sabonis is the best center in Sacramento Kings history. And by the way, I even looked at it too. Malik Monk is almost the best 6th man. Bobby's got him. Bobby, the 6th man of the year numbers. Bobby's got him, especially when you factor in defense. But Malik's not that far off.
Numerically, I think it's I don't think there's much of an argument.
The fun argument is Domantas Sabonis having the best season the Kings ever had. That's actually a really fun argument when you grab Chris Webber and DeMarcus Cousins in and you go through it's an impossible one to finish because you're factoring in a lot of different things. But the only argument I think you can even hear on the Fox thing is, well, he's got to do it in the playoffs before you put him ahead of Bibby. And okay. I can't.
But Bibby's never had a season like this. Not even remotely close. Regular season.
Not close. It's not close. In fact, I think I was trying to figure out which Bibby year to compare to just this year with Fox. And I want to say his career high was like 8 assists or something like that, which De'Aaron, both career and this year, better scorer, better passer.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, we'll get to this later. It's kind of a through thread I want to use. Like Vlade Divac, wonderful, gifted center, great passer, which is true. He's not even the same league as Domantas Sabonis when it comes. Right. Wait till you hear what his career high for assists were, and then look at Domantas Sabonis. We had some post-game audio from the hero, De'Aaron Fox. He was on with Mark and Katie.
All right, De'Aaron Fox joining us right now. De'Aaron, what a thrilling finish to that ball game. You ended up with 32 points. Take us through the time that the ball goes through the hoop for the free throw for Chicago, and then you walk it up court and end up with the game winner? What was your thought pattern?
Oh, I mean, just get a good shot. I didn't know if they were gonna hit, which is a double team for most teams.
Right.
I didn't know if they were gonna double, and once it got to 4 seconds, and I was like, they're not gonna double. I knew I could just pick a spot and raise up, and the ball went in.
We talk so much about the trust that Mike Brown has in both you and Domantas Sabonis. In that situation, is that your call completely? Are you getting the ball in out of bounds and he's putting it all on your plate saying, I trust you implicitly?
Yeah, obviously with that time we didn't have a timeout, but even at times when we do have a timeout, Domas and I will just tell him don't call it. I tell him if I want a ball screen, he'll set it. And I tell him if a team is going to double team the ball screen, I'm going to hit him early and he makes a play. And if I don't feel like a team is going to double team, then I go make a play. So, he puts a lot of responsibility on us. And as the leaders of this team, we have to be able to step up and take that responsibility.
A little bit earlier, you had hunted Kobe White, it seemed, in a little screen action. Was that something deliberate on your part, or did it just work out that way?
For me, a lot of times I try to get guys who are smaller, not necessarily what people would call bad defenders. I'm more so looking for someone who's not 6'7", 6'8", with a 7-foot wingspan, so I can get to a spot and just shoot over them. So that's pretty much what that was.
I got to ask you about Domantas Sabonis, his 4th triple-double, De'Aaron, in the last 5 games. Can you talk about the mentality that you're seeing from him as you guys are ramping up to finish out this regular season strong and get where you want to be in the postseason?
We talk about this all the time, man. He does so much for us. And, I mean, his approach to the game is just very steady. Obviously, you're not going to have a great game every time out, but even when he's not having good games, obviously, he's going to grab 15 boards. He's going to score 15 points. Obviously, he has the ball in his hands a lot. He creates for us so much. Even if, the turnovers are high some games, he still creates so much offense for us. So, we ride him for a majority of the game. And then obviously in the fourth quarter, I think my scoring really helps us.
De'Aaron, did that feel at all, the ending of that game in particular, like Orlando? I mean, it was eerily similar, the way you walked it up court, except this time you didn't pull from 30.
Yeah, I think this is a much better shot 23. This time. Much better shot this time. Obviously DeMar hit the free throw. I mean, he made a lot of big shots for them tonight, and especially with the game tied. I mean, there's not a lot of pressure. You miss, you go to overtime. So, but for me, I'm confident in taking any shot at the end of the game.
De'Aaron, thanks a lot for joining us, bro. You are playing at an all-NBA level right now. Big win on the road to start off this 4-game road trip. I'm sure that Baby Rain is going to sleep pretty well after that jumper.
I don't know if he's going to sleep well. I can't tell you if he's going to sleep well just because of that.
You wish, right? You wish that it had.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thanks, you guys.
De'Aaron.
Thank you. I'll
Appreciate you.
That's De'Aaron Fox. That's De'Aaron Fox. See the vat of popcorn he brought his wife from the New York hotel?
I did not see
Yeah,
that.
I was on Instagram. She asked for popcorn from the stadium from Chicago for him to bring her popcorn, I guess. It's a picture of De'Aaron holding one of those giant
trash bag size
things of popcorn. You listen, your time's important. All right, we know this, and that's why we appreciate you listening so much. And that's also why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. Sorry. An online quoting tool would be great. Just bust out over here. Just different quotes from movies. No, it's a quoting tool that's going to give you an instant quote on what you're looking for. Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get that instant quote today. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home without having somebody have to come out and be at your home. How cool is that? You don't have to, hey, Bill, come on in. Yeah, sorry about the mess. Oh, hey, put the little booties on. No, they can just do it at home. Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what it is, yeah, you're going to get a real person. Call 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. That's AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. Hey, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're contractually obligated to talk about Aaron Rodgers. We actually have sound. I'll give him that. At least he said something yesterday on the Pat McAfee show. I like to pronounce it like that. We'll get to that next.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa. Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1 gig internet on the Xfinity 10G network. It's just $30 a month for 2 years when you add mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
According to PGA.com, the first match set of clubs were being sold in the 1920s. Prior to that, players just put together a collection of what worked for them from various club makers. When the gutta-percha ball arrived around 1850, players began to seek irons for this new, harder ball. Clubs were not numbered and referred to by usage, like a cleek for fairway shots and a rut iron for trouble shots. As the irons gained popularity, there was a need to differentiate their purpose. They carried a niblet, mashie, spoon, brassy, and of course, the driver. This was followed by utility clubs like the Sammy, the Chipper, the Sky Iron, Semi-Putter, and many more. When Spalding marketed their Crowflight brand, there was a defined relationship of loft, weight, and shaft length for all the clubs. As other manufacturers got on board, the notion of numbering the clubs became common. Even the putter was labeled as the number 10 club along with its name. Today, clubs are simply numbered and most players have a good idea of how to use them. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With 6.6 left in a tie game, De'Aaron introduced the crowd in Chicago to fourth quarter Fox.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. Fourth quarter, Fox has come through one more time.
Fox finished with a team-high 32 points on a blistering 70% from the field, including 66% from three and 80% from the line in the Kings' 117-114 win over the Bulls. Little time to celebrate, though, as they are on a back-to-back tonight. as they play in Brooklyn. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock with game night right here on Sactown Sports. The 49ers continued their busy offseason, signing former number 4 overall pick Clelin Ferrell to a 1-year deal. Ferrell spent his first 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he amassed 10 total sacks. You can read all about NFL free agency at SactownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, Sam Amick from The Athletic joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Just a full-blown fight going on in the YouTube chat now with, are they the best Kings ever? No, yes.
You started it.
Quantum Leap. Well, I did, but then Quantum Leaper 21 is like, hey, they're the best Kings ever across the board ever.
Oh, the entire team?
No,
those two.
Those two, De'Aaron and Sabonis. I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, not yet. I don't know.
Well, they do have a couple of Hall of Famers.
You mean before?
Yeah.
Or are you saying Sabonis Fox?
No, they are not Hall of Famers.
No, they're not.
They might be.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, Mitch and Webb, Vlade.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get into that later. But yeah, we'll get into that later. I should never brought that up because now the brain's going to be working backwards. In the meantime, Aaron Rodgers.
Yay, I guess.
As the Aaron turns. Yeah, he went on. What a great get for Pat McAfee. And that
Has he ever had one?
he might have had him on once or twice. Aaron just calls in, does his thing, and everybody was tuned in. Apparently, all the media tuned in to Pat McAfee and the Pat McAfee Show to hear Aaron Rodgers talk about his visit to the Jets.
The Packers granted, obviously, permission for the Jets to come out and visit. We had a nice visit. They decided to leave their cars in the street, which attracted paparazzi attention, which got a few of them photographed, which I thought was pretty funny. So we had a nice conversation. I told them, listen, I'm not ready to make a decision about anything. I want to get back into my workouts and see how it feels, to really hit it hard for a week, and then I'll, see where we're at.
Okay. He said the Packers are ready to move on.
It is what it is. The Packers would like to move on. They've let me know that in so many words. They let other people know that in direct words. And because I still have that fire and I want to play and I would like to play in New York, it's just a matter of, getting that done at this point.
It's kind of fascinating to me. What do you mean let you know in so many, don't you think that would be something that you would say directly to your franchise quarterback forever?
Yes.
What do you mean? And you're like, if you don't come back next year, it's fine. No, you're big boys. Have a direct conversation. It's so flipping weird. Also, Aaron Rodgers hinting a little bit about wanting to reunite with someone else.
I think there were other teams that were interested, and obviously there's certain players that I have a lot of love and affinity for. And the reuniting with especially one specific person would have been
Devontae in Las Vegas. You're talking about Devontae Adams?
Not mentioning any names, but there's definitely one particular guy who who him and I have this special kind of unspoken rapport.
That's Devontae. Okay, yeah, that's Devontae Adams, who's currently on the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah.
Okay, this is fascinating. Is Aaron Rodgers, correct me if I'm wrong, is Aaron Rodgers implying that he would have absolutely gone to the Raiders to play with Devontae Adams and the Raiders did not want to make it happen?
The first part sure sounds to be true. I don't know about the second part.
I mean, if he wanted to reunite with Devontae Adams, the only way you can reunite with Devontae Adams is to go to the Raiders.
Correct.
The Raiders choose Jimmy Garoppolo over Aaron Rodgers. If I'm a Raider fan, that is 100% the question I'm at. That is what I'm taking out of everything Aaron Rodgers said.
Why is that?
Then I also say, hey, Jets, I'll give us everything for Devontae Adams.
Hey, look at Jimmy Garoppolo's record last year versus Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Good.
All Jimmy does is win.
And was it, I forget, did we ever land on who Tom Brady referred to when he was like, yeah, those guys chose him over me?
I thought it was Derek Carr.
I thought it was Derek. So the following statement. Did the Las Vegas Raiders in consecutive years turn down Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers from playing for them in exchange for having Derek Carr followed by Jimmy Garoppolo? Like, is that a real thing that happened?
Sure seems like it.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
Hey,
I think the Lord's wondering too what's going on there.
You're going to regret that when they go 7-10.
Right? Like, and you got to think a lot of Las Vegas Raider fans, there's still a lot of crossover from that there are also Oakland A's fans. And that's very Oakland athletic-y, except worse because they make a lot of money in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, they can actually pay the players, and they've shown that they will pay the players.
And they've got a shiny stadium.
And you have, and I'm saying this arguably, and
Jimmy Garoppolo is going to make more next season than the entire A's roster.
If I say that Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are the two greatest quarterbacks of all time, there's 100,000 arguments against it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like this outlandish statement. They're certainly both in the conversation. So
you can make a well-placed argument for it.
So here's an even better statement. The Las Vegas Raiders in consecutive years turned down arguably the two greatest quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL who wanted to play for them in favor of Derek Carr and Jimmy Garoppolo. Woof. Woof.
I guess, and I know it's obvious, I guess the biggest question is why? Like, I'd be fascinated to know ownership's reasoning there.
I really would too. Is it money?
Has to be.
Are you overthinking it?
Has to be.
You don't want Aaron Rodgers. I was convinced Aaron Rodgers was going to Vegas. I really was, because in large part because of the Devontae Adams thing. That was no secret. And they said, nah, we're good with we'll go with Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay.
He knows the system.
I'm
sorry. What if that was the excuse? I'd like both of your thoughts on that. Like, Jimmy knows Josh's system.
That's
not that, by the way, Tom Brady, I think, probably has a pretty good grip on it as well.
Right.
But just for the sake of, you have Rodgers and Garoppolo this offseason. Like, there is a world because of the team we're talking about where it is a Jimmy knows Josh's system type thing, right? Like, that factors in somewhere.
As if Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be able to catch on at some point with an entire offseason.
I also think back to, and not to even to defend the Raiders, but I don't think they've turned down Brady. I think Brady just isn't playing. I mean, I think, didn't we hear that would have been one of their number one options? So if Brady still went for it, I bet they might have gone after him.
But this was like 2 seasons ago, right?
Well, that's my mistake saying consecutive seasons. It was 2 of 3, and
in a very short time span. How about that?
And then that might have been Gruden's call.
I think it was. Now that you say that, Jason, I think the Brady thing was a Gruden thing. I think you are correct there. I think that's kind of because wasn't it Dana White had basically had it worked out with ownership, Tom going to Vegas, and the Gruden-Mayock
tandem said
fearsome duo.
Where now I think the more of the New England Patriot front office and coach would have said, yeah, bring him in.
The weird thing is if it wasn't for Mark Davis completely pantsing Sheldon Adelson, who basically owned Vegas, and getting that sweetheart deal to move, like that's like, I don't know, man. It's like when the little kid who never dresses for PE shows up one day fully dressed and runs like a 5-minute mile. Like, I've never seen anything competent out of Mark Davis in his entire tenure. Never anything competent out of him in his entire tenure, except for that. That was a brilliant masterstroke.
I think it's kind of the equivalent of when the obvious draft pick just falls into your lap. I think that's just what happened
I think it's a fun convo because I think what probably is closer to the truth is Jerry Jones pulled all that off for Mark Davis. But this just I don't know, man. Anyways, more on Aaron Rodgers later because he also said something in there. There was a fun moment about Adam Schefter that we need to talk about as well. We'll take a break, though. When we come back, Jalen Rose sat down with John Morant, 8-game suspension. We'll talk about that. What does that do for the number 2 seed Sacramento Kings? We'll get to that next.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together. But let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that Auto Trader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with Auto Trader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on Auto Trader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. Auto Trader.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's Jeep Celebration event?
We have the biggest savings since 2020 with up to $15,000 off MSRP when you lease a new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE.
Those 4xe plug-ins are pretty awesome. Any special going on for Dodge?
Right now, get up to $5,500 off MSRP on new 2022 Dodge Charger GTs. But with this kind of savings, they won't last long.
Nobody will treat you better than Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Come see for yourself with a test drive today or search, select, and save at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
$15,000 total net savings on select new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs after $10,500 total rebates and $4,500 dealer discounts. Must lease to qualify. Rebates include $3,000 California carb lease bonus cash. Must be California residents and lease to qualify. Plus $7,500 federal income tax credit rebate. Valid only on lease option. $7,500 income tax credit provided by Internal Revenue Code Section 30D. May apply to purchase option. Incentive offered by third party and may be subject to change without notice. Consult a tax professional for details and eligibility. 5 of this net savings. Sample VIN 716944. Must take delivery by 3/31/23. Only while supplies last. $5,500 total net savings on select 2022 Dodge Charger GTs after $2,500 factory rebates and $3,000 dealer discounts. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
How did your roof fare in the recent storms? If there's signs of wear and tear, address it before the problem becomes bigger. Cobex Construction Group understands the importance of a strong protective roof. The smallest leak can be the biggest problem. We provide homeowners with reliable roof repairs and replacements. Quality work and customer satisfaction are paramount to us. Get a new roof for zero down and low monthly payments. Call 1-800-NEW-ROOF for a no-obligation quote or visit trustcobex.com. Cobex Construction in Roseville. Do it once. Do it right.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888-GREENSPAN. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. For over 75 years, Greenspan has been there for property owners, helping thousands of businesses, families, and communities receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Greenspan is your private adjuster, leveling the playing field. Call 888-GREENSPAN today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
So I can.
So I can. What is the point, Corey? What are you doing?
Banger.
Before we get to the whole Ja Morant deal, speaking of Memphis, they got blown out of the water last night. What was that? They got beat, and It was a good night as we.
It was a great night for the Kings.
Really good night for the Kings. 138-119. The Heat beat them. And wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh my God! I just realized something. Kings Bulls last night. That De'Aaron. So they were. It was a tie game. They didn't need that. You know what the line was going into the game?
2.5.
Kings 2.5. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that last night. If you took De'Aaron Fox made a lot of people a lot of money. Also, De'Aaron Fox lost a lot of people a lot of money. Wow. I just hit me just now. The Heat definitely covered. And if you haven't seen this video, please search it out and see it, because I need people to really, it's not like I need to help anyone dislike Dylan Brooks. If a guy is like a wiener on the court, whether it's Draymond Greeny or whatever, that's fine. Like at competition and, it spices things up and all that. Dylan Brooks goes to, I want to say he was going to save a ball last night. Did you see this video? He's going to save a ball last night. Okay, he's going to save a ball. And he lands on a cameraman. And as he's getting up, he just clearly shoves the cameraman back. And
because it's the cameraman's fault, clearly.
100%. And honestly, it wasn't as egregious because, for obvious reasons, but it reminded me of, and God, wasn't this in Sacramento? Dennis Rodman kicking the cameraman in the junk. This was in the.
I don't think it was in Sacramento. I think it was in Minnesota.
Was it? Okay. All right. It's so egregious, Jason. And I wish we could show the video to all our peeps on YouTube. We'll figure out that stuff at some point. But he's just such a wiener schnitzel. And you're looking at the video right now, and you can this was a purposeful shove. This wasn't like, he was trying to get up and the cameraman happened to be there. He just shoved him back and then didn't even turn around to see, are you okay? And all. That's the thing where it's like, dude, that's where I wish Adam Silver would step in and be like, you know what? This is a guy trying to do his job, and that is not the image we want.
Right.
And you're out for 3 games, dude, and we're going to suspend, and we're going to fine you $50,000. Like, keep that noise on the floor within the game. Go outside of it, and we're going to have a problem, because that is a really, really, really bad look. Ja Morant has been suspended 8 games. He is eligible to return on the 20th, so this is obviously a retroactive suspension without pay. Says he'll need more time to get into game shape. That's weird to me, and never been a professional NBA player before, and certainly I've never been a professional NBA player at a high level. Are you not in? I understand that maybe you're a little, not like you haven't run in it, but are you not working out? Are you not?
I don't know what his program was, but I know they say even if it's just a few days, like you can get a little bit off your rhythm, but I don't know that it won't take him that long.
No,
to get back into it.
Couldn't he come in and, even worst case scenario, play 20 minutes and just, I don't know.
I would think.
I don't know. Something to ask Kevin Herter, because he'd mentioned that too when he comes on next week. And I have full respect for, dude, you don't understand what game shape is. It's a whole different ball game and all that, but maybe wouldn't part of getting into game shape be, play a game.
Sure. Absolutely.
Play, get it, whatever. He's coming back, it sounds like. He sat down. Remember we played that clip of Jalen Rose when Jalen was talking about Ja Morant. I thought that was a really good, here's a guy who's been there, who's done that, who's now kind of, quote unquote, old head, who's laying it out there. Well, I don't know if it's because of that clip or not, but Jalen Rose got the Ja Morant sit down with ESPN, and here's a clip of those two.
You at the spot, shotgun Willies. I've been there. You are holding a gun. And we both know how dangerous that can be. Whose gun were you holding?
Well, the gun wasn't mine. It's not who I am. I don't condone any type of violence, but I take full responsibility for my actions. Made a bad mistake, and I can see the image that I painted over myself with my recent mistakes. But in the future, I'm gonna show everybody who Ja really is, what I'm about, and change this narrative.
I appreciate him taking full responsibility. I appreciate him saying he wants to change the narrative. I appreciate him saying I made a big mistake. Time will tell if this is a agent crafted, PR crafted statement.
Right.
Sometimes you get non-apology apologies. Okay, it wasn't your gun. I'm going to take it at your word. You were holding the gun. You acknowledge that it's a bad image. I get that. I think the problem that The only issue I take with what he said, just nitpicking it, is I don't condone violence. Well, you condone violence when you were beating on that teenager at your house, allegedly. You condoning violence when you're doing gun celebrations on the floor. You're condoning violence when you're holding a gun. So, I mean, just, I think I would have preferred him to say one should never condone violence, and I can see how my actions would show that, and that stops now. But we're also talking about, what is Ja, 22, 23?
Still incredibly young, yeah.
That's the thing we forget sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't, I mean, when I saw the suspension came out, I didn't entirely understand it when they said it's an 8 games and he's already been out for 5. And
it's effectively a 3-game.
Yeah, suspension. And then I know I'd heard some different things about the Memphis internally, like they were really torn internally. And you can imagine that. Some people are probably like, we've got to set him straight, get his life right, get his mind right, get him right. For his sake, for our organization's sake. And then there's probably others going like, look, we're in a race. He's our best player. Let's go. Let's have him play. And it's like, I'm not saying there's a right way or a wrong way, but how do you police that or, kind of sanction that? And that's not an easy thing amongst an organization.
There's also a third rail there too, Jason, I think. And this is a tougher one to quantify because you also have a duty to your fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And in Memphis, they've had a reputation of being, grit and grind.
Right.
I don't think Memphis, for example, maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't appear on the surface that a Memphis fan base would take as much offense to what Ja was doing as, say, a Warriors fan base, depending on the part of the country you're in. And listen, that's just the real world. Everybody has, whether it's your political beliefs, your age, whatever it may be, some people are more offended at things than others. I'm not here to judge that. Just at some point, I think they're also weighing in the boardroom, God, how if we're self-sabotaging, quote unquote, because we're keeping our star player out, then how long until our fan base turns on us? And so you have the two things you mentioned, plus that third rail that you've got to look at. In the meantime, here's what's important, at least from a basketball standpoint. Tomorrow, the Grizzlies take on San Antonio there. Then they come back home to take on the Warriors and the Mavericks. Those are the 3 games they're set to have without Ja. Then it's Houston at home. By the way, Houston at home, and Houston's shown a little bit of life lately, too.
Yeah, in the last week, wins over the Celtics and the Lakers.
Yeah, exactly. So, in fact, they've won 2 in a row there. We'll take a break. More on that here in a little bit as well. When we come back, though, let's look at this Kings backcourt. It has been an absolute issue, and I guess their big man's okay, too. We'll do that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A nice dry day ahead. It's chilly this morning. Temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40 to start, but we should see mostly sunny skies to warm us into the mid 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
A beautiful, comfortable home should give you a warm feeling inside. That feeling starts with Bonnie. Right now, get up to $1,250 off any qualifying heating and cooling system replacement. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating and air. Bonnie.com.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Dr. Rick here. Another sign you're becoming your parents is getting particular about details that don't matter.
The craziest thing happened when we got tacos the other day. Was it Wednesday or Thursday we got tacos? I know it wasn't Tuesday because that's when I went to my hairdresser. Shoot. What day was it?
See how we all lost interest there?
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Right now, get $2,500 off a new HVAC whole system installation. Now is the time to replace that system. $2,500 off a new HVAC whole home system. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting this off. Schedule today, 916-520-9990, and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
916-520-9990 now. It's been tough talking to my doctor about constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. I finally laid all my symptoms out there and how they keep coming back. She said I may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. We agreed it's time to try something different.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Visit a doctor in person or online. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Abbey and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
When was the last time you heard of a new car for only $298 a month? How about today at Elk Grove Kia? Your choice, 2023 Kia Forte GT or 2023 Kia Soul EX for only $298 a month. Incredible. With Elk Grove Kia's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Why would you buy anywhere else? Worried about credit? Elk Grove Kia specializes in helping folks get the credit they deserve. No credit, little credit, bad credit, no problem. Bankruptcies, foreclosures, repos, no problem. Looking for the hard-to-find models, Tellurides, K5s, EV6s? Check us out online at elkgrovekia.com or come see us at the Elk Grove Auto Mall today.
2023 Kia Soul EX 298 plus tax 48 month lease $31.95 customer cash to assigning residual of $15,603.80 based on 10K per year 20 cents per mile over payment based on tier 1 740 plus FICO score. Kia finance approval on this payment GTA 858 2023 Kia Forte GT 298 plus tax 36 month lease $39.95 customer cash to assigning residual of $13,140 based on 10K per year payment at tier 1 740 plus FICO score subject to Kia finance approval on this payment GTA 8581 both expires 3/31/23.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pi customer.
The other workers' comp insurance company, they were going to reclassify our business, and then they were going to charge me $50,000.
Meet Natalie, owner of the carpentry shop. Shocked by an unexpected bill, she knew it was time to switch her workers' comp provider. That's when she found Pi Insurance.
When we got the quote back from Pi, it was a sigh of relief. They put us in a policy where we fit.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypi.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
I'm grateful that there's a company out there that's willing to insure us little guys because every dollar counts.
With Pi Insurance, you get pricing and coverage made for small businesses. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
It's hard to find a better selection of trucks ready to drive home today than you'll find at M&S Auto on El Camino, right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S customers come back because they know they always get a clean car, truck, or SUV, and they save thousands. You can get a great deal now on a Jeep, F-150, Ram, or Silverado, and you're going to get treated right at M&S Auto Sales. First-time buyers are always welcome. MS Auto Sales, msautogroup.com.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916. This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With 6.6 left in the tie game, De'Aaron introduced the crowd in Chicago to fourth quarter Fox.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He
He's got the triple. Fourth quarter, Fox has come through one more time.
Fox finished with a team-high 32 points on a blistering 70% from the field, including 66% from three and 80% from the line in the Kings' 117-114 win over the Bulls. Little time to celebrate, though, as they are on a back-to-back tonight as they play in Brooklyn. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock with game night right here on Sactown Sports. The 49ers continued their busy offseason, signing former number 4 overall pick Cleveland Farrell to a one-year deal. Farrell spent his first 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he amassed 10 total sacks. You can read all about NFL free agency at SactownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, Sam Amick from The Athletic joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Here's Fox on the run. And they have a steam into the paint, and he scores. That'll result in a Billy Donovan timeout at the 2:11 mark of the second quarter. Sabonis gives to Herter. Defender run by. Steps right, launches for 3, scores the triple. Timeout, Billy Donovan in Chicago. And the Kings are alive here. Sabonis rebound. Shovels it out to Monk. Steps into 3. He's got the triple. It's raining threes in Chicago, and the game is tied at 94. Herter swings to the corner. Monk's open. 3's on the way. He's got another one. It's Malik Monk's 5th three-pointer in 7 attempts. The Kings go back into the lead. To Monk. Swings it out to Herter. Eludes a flyby. Steps left. Launches for 3. He's got the triple. He rattled it home.
Welcome back. Check out SactownSports.com for all the latest on the Sacramento Kings, the San Francisco 49ers, and all things sports with a high focus on local. Our digital team doing a phenomenal job also curating videos, not just from these shows, but also from the Kings themselves, their practices, behind the scenes, all that fun stuff. And we've got some cool stuff coming up as well. If you think that we're not going to be doing above and beyond for the stretch run and the playoffs, you are 100% wrong. The biggest challenge for all of us is just remembering what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, when was the last time we were gearing up for a playoff run as the home of the Kings? But we've got some cool stuff planned that I can't talk about yet. But we're going to get you the best coverage absolutely anywhere, the best access absolutely anywhere. I was playing those highlights, Jason, for a reason. If you noticed the theme there, Fox, Herter, Monk, Herter, Fox, Monk. That backcourt is an issue for other teams. And when they're on, it's just even in a game like last night, Jason, it's a road game against a team that has a lot of talent. I thought Chicago played fairly well last night. I thought at times they made Andre Drummond look like he was 22, and that bothered me. The Kings did not play perfect.
Isn't he only like 24 still?
I know, right? That's the weird thing. But dare I say, I'm watching the game, Jason, and I always try to monitor my own psychoses as they're happening. And the Kings are down. They're down 5 after the first. They're down 10 going into the half. And then as they catch up and then take the lead in the third, I don't have the same feeling that I had in years past when they did that. Like, oh my God, they could win this. I'm like, yeah, I am beginning to expect a Kings rebound, and I don't know that I like it.
You know where I was kind of in a similar place last night where I'm watching the game. I'm like, dude, they are not playing their best basketball. And as the fourth quarter is progressing, you know, they're trading leads. I'm just like, they're going to win tonight. I can't really explain to you why or how, but they're going to win tonight. That was my take. They're going to win.
A good team.
And that's really what it comes down to. A good team didn't play their best game, and we're that much better than the other team.
Yeah, on the road.
But,
you know, a lot of people have asked, like, when are these – why can't Herter and Monk be hot? And, like, last night, the three of them combined for 13 made threes. And I don't know that they were – I feel like they all could have played better. which is also what's exciting.
The crazy thing is 13 made threes, but that's on 62%.
Yes.
That's asinine.
The Kings had 26 assists. It's right near 30, where our goal usually is.
But 20 turnovers.
Yeah, that's the thing that really killed them, because when you look at everything else, their splits were, rounding up 49, 43, 79. Those splits are great. Those are just fine, fully acceptable splits. You get 19 out of Monk off the bench. Herder had 15 on 50% shooting. Even by the way, oh gosh, I should say this. I'm really proud of Keegan Murray. He deserves a mention real quick, because the first half of that first quarter, he looked like a rookie who did not belong in the league. He was just, he looked like Keegan Murray. This is the thought I had. Keegan Murray, this is a horrible reference, but whatever. One person will get it. Keegan Murray looked like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport when Chong Li threw the powder in his face and he didn't know what to do, and he was getting his butt kicked because he couldn't see. I thought Keegan Murray looked, obviously he wasn't drunk, but it's almost like he looked drunk. The passes are going into the stands and going through his arm. He's making these silly turnovers. He's looking tentative. And you look at his box score, he was 2 of 7. Okay, but he had 9 points, and most importantly, he had 10 rebounds in 30 minutes. He was active defensively, and everybody can do well when they're doing well. Everybody can be engaged when they're doing well. Keegan struggled and has been struggling, but you could see him kind of forcing his way out, but carried by in a lot of ways. And we'll talk about the big man later. That backcourt, Jason, 66 points, 62% from the field, of course. 3-point percentage, 62, as Jay mentioned, and they made almost 88% of their free throws. That's going to get them wins more often than not.
Yeah, and then of course when Fox saving his best for last 15 in the fourth, the game winner. There were different times I thought Herder hit a huge shot late. Fox did as well before the eventual game winner. Monk carried him when they kind of needed him too, so it was a really good balance amongst those guards.
We had both of them sitting at the podium. It was kind of funny to see Herder and Monk. Usually it's Fox and Monk. Herder and Monk at the podium after the game.
But we just picked it up. Honestly, we're flat the whole first half. Something we talked about at halftime. We just had to play a little bit more energy. I thought we were a little more locked in that third quarter. We need to get back in the game. Kind of made all the difference.
The Bulls said they wanted to kick the ball out of De'Aaron's hands. What was Plan B if they had gone after him sooner with the double team?
Play basketball. We all pretty decent with the basketball in our hands, making plays for each other. So it's you have to do that sometimes. He's not gonna be here every game, so we got to help him out sometimes. And they may have waited a little too long, but we was ready if they was gonna do it.
You guys are the only team in the West with 20 wins on the road at this point. What's the key to you guys playing so well on the road?
Landing and practicing as soon as we land.
Just consistency. I think it's we've guys who play every game. There's a lot of guys on our team, a lot of games, a lot of minutes. They just think a lot of pros on our team are there every game. That's huge on the road, just being available. And obviously both groups, starters start flat. I think our bench always comes in, does a great job, and you got to win on the road with 10 people. You have to be a deep team to continuously win all year, and we have a deep team.
Yeah, and I would say, too, I felt the first half was, besides the turnovers, I know Mike Brown, they didn't have Trey Lyles.
Sure.
And it felt like it impacted the whole thing in the first half. I don't know why, not necessarily because of just strictly Trey, but the rotations were different. He was playing different lineups. It just looked clunky. There were times I thought Fox sat out a long time. He played without Fox and Sabonis for a while. I thought, Coach, like this, they struggled to get 48 points in the first half. This is the best offense. And, it was clunky would be my best way to describe it. Some lineups we hadn't seen. I'm glad Trey will be back for tonight because it just wasn't as smooth, and they certainly got better as the game went along.
So I'm looking, he talked about the best availability, and all that, right? I'm looking at the lineups that have played the most together in the NBA. The number one lineup in the NBA that has played the most games together, Harrison Barnes, Domantas Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Herter, Keegan Murray, they've played 54 games together as a starting unit. The second most, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic, Zach LaVine, Williams. The Chicago Bulls lineup has played it, but here's the thing. The Kings have played that lineup 54 games, the Bulls 46. That's a full 8 more games that the Kings have played in second place. Here's what's even crazier. The lineup that has played the third most games together in the NBA. Davion Mitchell, Harrison Barnes, Domantas Sabonis, Keegan Murray, and Kevin Huerter. The Kings have 2 of the top 3 lineups in the NBA that have played the most games together. It is 100%. And then when you get to minutes, last number I'll give you. Atlanta's got the second most minutes with Capella, Murray, Collins, Young, and Hunter. 628 minutes. The Kings starting lineup has played 783 minutes. Wow. The difference between first and second is 160 minutes. So we go back to keys this year. It really is the best ability is availability. And you want to talk about MVPs of this team. We're talking about Monty McNair, coach of the or executive of the year, coach of the year, Mike Brown, De'Aaron Fox, clutch player of the year, maybe all NBA, Domantas Sabonis, all NBA. We're throwing out all this stuff. Can we start throwing out, because we certainly have criticized, I know I have in the past, can we throw out the training staff? Because the Kings' health has been arguably their MVP this year.
That combined with, back to Monty, not making a trade to keep that continuity. Because, I mean, if they had traded for a key player, those minutes would have been adjusted now, and maybe they would have adjusted fine, but we've seen other teams, switch around some personnel, and it's impacted them.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we got to get to Domantas Sabonis at some point. Let's get to 3 for Madness. Aaron Rodgers, the Kings on the road. Ted Lasso makes its season 3 debut. Don't go away. 60 seconds from now. Short break. Right back.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream. You sound like my grandpa.
Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1 gig internet on the Xfinity 10G network. It's just $30 a month for 2 years when you add mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
At Ashton Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Sam Amick will join us in about 45 minutes. We got a ton of stuff to get to today on a very, very happy Kings beam lighting Thursday. In the meantime, Jay Mars with 3 for Madness.
Aaron Rodgers says he wants to play for the Jets. I want to emphasize he wants to do this. Prior to this season, what would have been the NBA player equivalent of wanting to play for the Kings?
I know this might seem like, again, like this is the obvious answer. I really do kind of think this is the obvious answer. It's Kevin Durant, right?
Oh,
it's Kevin Durant.
Oh, I had a different answer.
Well, I mean, okay, I'll say this. It's the first name that popped into my head.
I think it's a great answer. I'll give you that.
You're talking about an all-time great. You're talking about a guy that is kind of similar to Aaron Rodgers. Isn't he kind of the NFL or the NBA equivalent when it comes to the media?
There's some equivalencies there.
He's kind of like, you want to think he's a weenie, but then sometimes he's really profound, and you go, okay, well, there's some thought into this, and it's very polarizing. Let's just say that. And then aren't the Kings kind of, again, we're talking about before, the Kings are kind of the Jets.
That was kind of the premise of the question.
Right. So I would say, to me, it would be Durant.
Okay. The name that came off the top of my head for this one was Kyrie Irving. Super talented. a little bit puzzling, but to all of a sudden just randomly, no, the Kings. That's who I want to play for. Of all the stops he's been in, it just that's the name that jumped out to me.
Jay?
I like your Kevin Durant answer a lot. I was also with Jason on the Kyrie train because it seems more in Kyrie's personality.
Yeah.
But Kevin Durant is a very good answer.
Number
Question 2.
The most road wins the Kings have ever had in a season is 25 when they did in 2002. They have 20 with 8 games to go. I'd like to thank Jason Ross's Twitter, by the way, for the statistics.
Nice.
Can they win another 5 and tie the 2002 team?
All right, so let's be optimistic here. Let's give them both in Portland. All right, but just moving down, there's 2. Let's give them 2 of the next 3. The Brooklyn, Utah, Washington.
That's 4.
That's 4, which means you have New Orleans, Dallas, and Denver to get 1 or 2. I think it's in play. I absolutely think it's in play. Also, if you haven't seen it, I gotta find out who wrote it. CBS Sports did an article yesterday that caught my eye. I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit, and then I read the article. And it was basically Denver's leaving the door open for Sacramento.
I saw that article as well.
And I kind of rolled my eyes like, okay. Then I read it. He was breaking down like Denver's schedule, Sacramento's schedule, Memphis without Morant, and saying, and he acknowledges it's a slim chance.
Yeah.
But there is a road there based on who both play and where they play, and Denver's got a rough stretch coming up. There's and also culminating with that last game of the year. That's not if the Kings are a game back.
Wow,
that's for the 1 seed because they get the tiebreaker. If whoever wins gets the tiebreaker,
correct.
So the Kings basically have. They have, what are they, 41 and 27? So they have 14 games to effectively they have 13 games to effectively make up 3.5 games on the Nuggets.
Yeah, before that final game.
Before that final game, they'd be 1 game back. And by the way, in both cases, if that's the case, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're both kind of, they're chilling while the play-in's going on. So they're going to get a little bit of extra rest.
Yeah, everybody's getting, the week off basically, but you also don't know who you're playing if you're a 1 or a 2 seed watching those playing games, but it's a good problem to have. That's okay because you're a 1 or a 2 seed. As far as the road wins, I think it's really in play. I mean, it's amazing what they've done, especially when you start to look at it across the rest of the Western Conference.
Right.
And the fact that they've got the most by percentage, by wins in a crowded conference, that's such a huge testament. And generally, I would have believed, too, if the Kings had this kind of season, I would have been like, man, they're just unreal at home.
Yes.
And they've been fine.
Yeah.
But they've been really good on the road, which is impressive.
Imagine if they could just be I don't know, if they could just have take the average of the top, I don't know what, I'd have to look at this. Take an average of the top 6 in the Western Conference at home. 30-6, 28-5. 22-12, 19-15, and 29-7. All but the Clippers at 19-15 have either a better or significantly better record than the Kings at home, who have a better home court advantage than any of them. If the Kings could just be 29-7, I say like, oh, that's
if they have the Warriors record,
woof.
They're at 49 wins right now. Right now, and they'd be 2 or 3 clear of Denver.
Chokers. Is this team weak?
More like Golden One Center Sacramento fans show up.
Yeah.
Give them the home court advantage.
Exactly, fans. Get out of your seats. Jeez.
Can't wait for someone to take that super serious.
Number 3.
Question 3.
Ted Lasso. Season 3 premiered last night.
Yeah.
Who's a more inspiring coach? Ted Lasso or Mike Brown?
I mean, it's kind of hard to be more inspiring than Ted Lasso.
I don't know. Mike Brown does a really good job.
He does. I'm going to go Mike Brown and just give you the homer answer. But there's an argument. There's an argument there.
Hey, Mike Brown's been a coach of the year.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso has not been a coach of the year. I mean, just got
Has
his
he
team
been robbed?
No.
How have you enjoyed Ted Lasso, Jason?
Via everyone else.
He said that with a little disdain in his voice.
Well, I say it because
so sad Jason hasn't watched.
Universally, I think everybody that's told me that has said almost this phrase around it. You of all people would really love this show. And when people tell me that, if it's one person, I'm like, I'm not sure I trust that voice. But then it's been 7 to 8 people that have told me that. I'm like, and I love Jason Sudeikis. I have not watched it, and it.
Wow, and he missed.
And it makes me mad.
I would never do this, of course, but I got a friend who would be happy to give you his Apple TV login if you wanted to just sample it.
Actually an Apple.
I have offered him my friend's login as well, and he just doesn't take it.
Have you?
I have. I told you if you wanted to watch it, holler at your boy.
Hollering at my boy. Why? Well,
why? Yeah, why?
So
why?
you both have seen all of season 1 and 2.
I haven't I haven't started 3 yet. I'll do that this weekend. But
Good, good leading off episode last night.
Is it one at a time, or are they all out?
Their first 2 seasons are all out.
No, the third one
is week by week.
Week by week, so you can catch up.
I'm also not indifferent to the whole, because I've been this guy before. If I have too many people like trying to pitch me on watching something, there's the contrarian in me that's like, no, I'm not going to, just because you're saying that. So I'm not indifferent to that. I don't want to be that guy. I would just say, you of all people. But my you of all people is mainly because of your SNL background, Jason Sudeikis.
Yes,
and
big
also,
fan of his.
The humor is very us.
It's great.
It's yeah. It's very.
It's a very well written show.
Yeah, and I love baseball.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, they're out on the pitch.
Yes,
that's baseball.
There's so much out right now. I got to watch The Last of Us. I haven't
started that either.
I haven't.
Do you want to do it together?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's.
What's that about?
It's based on the video game on PlayStation, The Last of Us, but it's actually a video game adaptation that's good. It's
Ted Lasso.
Yeah. I think
Lasso.
you enjoy Ted Lasso more. I need to watch the new Game of Thrones. I need to watch the new Lord of the Rings.
You will like the new Game of Thrones, I think.
But I think before any of them, I'm going to start on the last season of Picard. I'm putting it off because I know it's the last season.
Ted Lasso of all those.
And I feel like because Patrick Stewart's old, like in my mind, I'm like, this is the last Patrick Stewart thing I'm ever going to see, and I don't want to do that.
Hey, Jay, stop killing him off.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, we'll take a break. Whatever. Bobby Caldwell's dead. That's how the show started, Jay.
Again, that's what they do on the news, and I thought it was newsy. Newsroom guy. That's how Charlie would have had it produced.
Don't go there with Charlie Skinner. When we come back, we've got audio from Shams Charania, which is a very alliterative name, by Shams Charania. That's very easy off the tongue. He sat down with Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox while they were in Chicago. We've got some audio from that. We'll talk about the attention they're getting, and we're here for it next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
The replies I got yesterday cannot describe this crew any better than they did. So JJ's text was, I had stuff going on. I had some family things going on. I said, all right, that fits JJ. So Simone texted us. This is legitimate. I got my hair braided yesterday. And obviously these bleeps too tight if I'm missing text. Here was Rami's text back. I was taking a nap.
Rock on, Rami. Never change.
Cattles and Robbie, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about ACR Solar. ACR Solar, fantastic company. We're so glad that we found them when we were looking to get a brand new roof. And ACR Solar does home services, Core Solar, that's in their name, but we didn't know about them and their roofing experience. And I'm glad we found out, and firsthand we did, because we got a brand new roof courtesy of ACR Solar. So that home services, a lot of different other things they can provide. We met with multiple roofing companies, which is what you should do when you've got to take on a big project and want to get a couple of different estimates. And when we did talk to the people at ACR Solar, we knew this was the right partnership for our family. And everything we kind of thought going in paid off for us, because they were very thorough on their communication, what was going to happen today and tomorrow and so forth. What time was the crew arriving? What to expect on this day? Everything they mentioned, the deliverables all came through, which was really important to us, the honest back and forth communication. Now, the end result, brand new roof, looks great, peace of mind for us, better curb appeal, home value, all that stuff has improved, and that's what we needed. And certainly all the elements in the rough winter that we've had, we've handled all of that thanks to ACR Solar with that brand new roof. So if you have things for your home, solar, other needs, make sure you go to acrsolar.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A nice dry day ahead. It's chilly this morning. Temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40 to start, but we should see mostly sunny skies to warm us into the mid-60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Make your New Year's resolutions yet? Let me help. Trade out of that old car and into something safe and reliable, like a new Folsom Lake Kia with a low payment. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family owned for over 20 years.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888-GREENSPAN. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. When you go to court, you take a lawyer. When you have a claim, engage a private adjuster to level the playing field. Receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Call 888-GREENSPAN today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
Founded in Northern Ireland, PRG has grown from humble beginnings to become the top brand in custom golf accessories for most of the world's top 100 golf courses. PRG offers original designs as well as Arnold Palmer, Folds of Honor, collegiate license, and Major League Baseball product designs. PRG is the official supplier of the Ryder Cup. PRG is available at major golf shops, or PRG makes it easy to purchase directly for your individual use at prg-golf.com. prg-golf.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With 6.6 left in the tie game, De'Aaron introduced the crowd in Chicago to fourth quarter Fox.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. Fourth quarter, Fox has come through one more time.
Fox finished with a team-high 32 points on a blistering 70% from the field, including 66% from three and 80% from the line in the Kings' 117-114 win over the Bulls. Little time to celebrate, though, as they are on a back-to-back tonight as they play in Brooklyn. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock with game night right here on Sactown Sports. The 49ers continued their busy offseason, signing former number 4 overall pick Clelin Ferrell to a one-year deal. Ferrell spent his first 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he amassed 10 total sacks. You can read all about NFL free agency at SactownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, Sam Amick from The Athletic joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
1-800-920-1140. Sam Amick in a half an hour. AC, good morning. Welcome into the program.
Hey, guys. Dave, I know exactly what you're talking about with that contrarian thing with the series. My daughter-in-law refuses to watch Ozark because everyone put pressure on her to watch it.
It's just it's a reaction, and it's dumb. It's immature. Like, if enough people are recommending something, that should mean, hey, I should watch it. But then it's like, no, you can't you're not my real dad. And then, I move on. So,
So I wanted to talk about Coach Brown. I was not in a Coach Brown fan house when it all started, but the thing he does that probably no other Kings coach since Rick Adelman's done is he's not afraid to use his bench. And I hate it when coaches restrict their bench and basically you wear out your starters. My wife is not a basketball guru, but she's smart enough to know that sometimes in the past where Kings injuries have popped up, it's because they're working the starters too much. And Brown spreads it around. I think it's super smart of him, and he calls great timeouts too.
And I like, and you know, we go on all day about Coach Brown, but it's just how he's active. He has the respect of the team enough to know that he can coach these guys like he did with Terrence Davis in front of the home crowd, whether he's lighting up Malik Monk or challenging Fox and Sabonis or getting into Keegan Murray's head. It just seems like he knows how to treat each individual player and get the best out of them. And that's ultimately what a coach can do.
Hey, and by the way, I got to give a shout out to my my coworker, Javi. He just started at the State with me, and we're in a cubicle farm. And I thought I was a Kings fan. He shows up on the first day with a full line of bobbleheads in his cubicle and all kinds of Kings paraphernalia.
Nice.
So anyway, it's a nice little tribute. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell him
He gets it.
We said hello. He gets it.
Yeah.
He's going places.
Yes.
Yeah. Mike Brown. I just didn't want Mark Jackson, but Mike Brown, full admission, I wanted Will Hardy. I was looking at, just somebody young and whatever, Darvin Ham, another. Mike Brown was kind of like, what was Mike Brown? Mike Brown was like malted meal. Like, I like malted meal. I haven't had it in a long time. I like it. It's fine. But you have to like add things to it. Nobody eats straight malted meal. You have to add cream and syrup or butter or all of it. And, it's great, but nobody ever goes, oh my God, this Saturday I'm having a malted meal. It's it's that thing that you pull out every once in a while, a cream of wheat. He was the cream of wheat of coaches for me. And then I didn't have any dislike for Mike Brown. I just didn't know if Mike Brown's the guy that was going to come in and do the thing
to fix this franchise, right? Well,
right.
It's been such a mess. I think the one thing that probably he also deserves credit for, I mean, he's, I think, almost certainly winning coach of the year, and he would probably say this. I don't know. I haven't asked him or talked to him. He's gotten better.
Mike Brown?
Yeah, we want players to get better as they get older and develop. And I think his coaching tree and who he's been under he's been influenced. In the last stop, it sounds like he got a lot from Steve Kerr and that style and that system. And then he got another chance to be the head coach. And so I think they've opened up the offense, which very much feels like the Warriors in that sense. He's got his defensive background. He took from Pop and from his own experience and from Kerr. Those are great people to learn from, and his own resume before that. And he's been around great players. And I think he's just put it all together perfectly. I love his coaching staff. I also think that's another thing that I think some coaches are guilty of is, look, I'm the head coach. Yeah. I'm going to hire someone that's going to help our team, but also not someone that might be as good as me or might get a job soon.
Right.
I think there's 3 or 4 coaches that could be head coaches off of this, which is credit to him. He's not afraid to be like, hey, this guy may end up, hurting me in future games because he left and took what I've brought to this program. So that's good on him to being comfortable with his coaching staff.
And usually the people that say I surround myself with people that are smarter than me don't.
Yeah.
They just say it because it's a neat thing to say. Yeah. He actually, and I'm not saying they're smarter than him, but I think Mike Brown would say that and mean it, that his ego's in check. He's not intimidated by that at all. And you bring up a wonderful point, Jason. We look at players. We go, oh, well, imagine judging every player by their rookie year and first 3 years. Whereas with coaches, it's like, well, hold on, you can't get better. You can't improve. You can't be better down the road. You can't crash and burn. Mike Brown is everything we wanted Luke Walton to be.
Yeah, and that's where I think that term, retread is kind of I know what the point is behind that, but what does that mean? Because they've coached before, that's a problem?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't win there. Well, what was the circumstance? Right. Was it the coach? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Malone's a pretty good one here. He didn't. I mean, I think there's a little bit more romanticizing him, but he did not have a good record here.
No, he did not.
And I think he was wrongly fired, but he's done just fine on his own after that. So.
I know recency bias is a thing. Has Mike Brown already passed Mike Malone as second most popular coach in Kings history? Like, if you did a popularity poll right now, I think he has.
Absolutely.
I don't want to put that poll out there because I know it'll trigger people.
Yeah.
Pete Youngman gets mad at me when I do that. He goes, content. But like, honestly, I truly think he has. And it's one of those things that's super amazing when you think about how much has happened since October 1st, basically, with this franchise. We talked about Fox and Domas. They went in and hung out with Shams Charania of The Athletic on his show in Chicago. Here's a little bit of what they had to say.
Mr. Clutch. In the fourth quarter, I always tell everyone we're not here where we are without him. There's been countless games, every game where he just takes over in the fourth. Either we can't manage to do a full game how we want, and in the fourth quarter, if the game's always tied, he takes over, 6 minutes left, 8 minutes less, he just does his thing, makes everyone better, his confidence kind of rubs off on all of us and it gives it to us, so I just feel like at the end of those games, we just all feel a lot more calm and like we're not worried. Like we're down 4 or something with like a minute and a half left. We're like, we still got this. Like we're gonna get a stop. We're gonna score for sure, and then give the ball to him, and he does the rest.
Well,
yeah,
players know it.
Yes, they do.
And I'm the ultimate don't put the cart before the horse guy, but I can't help but think De'Aaron Fox's game, and especially his clutch ability. Now, just imagine some signature playoff moments off of that. Like, isn't that's what it's all about? That's how actual legacy is made. And we talked about it a little bit earlier. Are Fox and Sabonis the best point guard and center in Sacramento Kings history? And I think there's only 2 possible arguments against. One, you say, well, they longevity, which would go towards Sabonis.
Right.
Because I think Fox is already coming up on like the longest consecutive tenured point guard. The conversation.
And almost longest consecutive tenured King. He's getting closer to that. A couple years away from that. 2 seasons, I think.
Who is it? Jason Thompson?
Yeah, most games, yeah.
And so with him, it's okay. Well, he's got to do it in the playoffs, like Bibby. All right. And then with Domas, it's all right. He's been here just over a year, but you could actually make. Not only can you, first off, Domantas Sabonis is the best center in the history of the Sacramento Kings. I don't think it's arguable. I don't. There's nothing you can point to. Pick Vlade Divac's best season, whichever season you want to pick. Pick his best season and put him up against Domantas this season. And it's not incredibly close, to be honest with you. And I also think that, with Vlade, rightfully so, you're going to get, people saying, well, the intangibles. And certainly Vlade Divac has intangibles. But so does Domantas Sabonis.
Of course he does.
And we're talking about the Memphis Grizzlies earlier and how they have turned into this hated, snarky team that everyone but Memphis fans don't like. There's one thing about this team that is so special too, is that they're incredibly likable. Like who's the bad guy on the team? Trey Lyles? Malik Monk? They're incredibly likable.
Yep.
Who couldn't just going down the list, who can't like De'Aaron Fox? He's never said a bad word. I mean, he's incredibly likable.
Opposing teams.
Right. Who doesn't like Kevin Huerter?
Right.
Hey, Kevin Huerter, probably, there's not one person in the NBA, oh man, that Kevin Huerter. Harrison Barnes might be the most likable player in the NBA. Keegan Murray doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And then Domas is always smiling, and they are an incredibly likable team.
But then there's that pesky Dellavedova.
I mean, I want to leave them out of it, but that's trouble, man. It's those Australians. They come up here and they're just starting trouble, throwing Fosters at everybody and making things better. It's just it's really cool how well put together this team is. Yep. And again, you got to tip your cap to Monty McNair. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kings looking to make it 2 in a row tonight in Brooklyn. And based on what G-Man was putting out there on social media, it was a late arrival for them. We'll get to that next.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home, and the men who use PTO to catch afternoon basketball in March with the boys. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
As a small business, we're always looking for ways that we can offer the quality product and get some cost savings.
Meet Michelle from J.J. Pfister Distilling Company, a small business in California. When looking for workers' comp coverage tailored to the company's needs, she discovered Pie Insurance.
We heard about Pie Insurance being geared for a small business, gave Pie a call, and ended up switching.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypie.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate, so your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
We saved about 30% off of our workers' comp insurance when we switched to Pie.
It's as easy as pie to get the savings you deserve. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pie, or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Hey, Jay.
Sorry, struggling to get my headphones back on. Hi.
Hi. Do you want a random Sacramento Kings stat that I found here?
Jason Ross?
Yes.
When have I ever said no to a random Sacramento Kings stat?
That's a good point. Guys, check this random stat out. Michael Brown, our coach of the Sacramento Kings.
Michael Brown.
Also known as Mike Brown to the listening audience.
Yes, Mike Brown. 41 wins. Fantastic.
Good
stuff.
Right now, I think it's a testament to the history of the Sacramento Kings franchise. Davey's already 12th all-time in wins in Sacramento Kings coaching history with 41. But let's just say...
By the way, I asked him at first because he told me this, and I was like, wait, you mean win percentage? He goes, no, total.
If this team... Yeah, win percentage is number 2 because it's Adelman and him. I mean, nobody's... There's only been 8 winning seasons in Sacramento Kings history, and Adelman has them all, and then one more win. And
But total wins the damn first.
Total wins.
It's not even over.
How many left? Or 14?
Yeah.
Now this would be a stretch, but it's possible. If the Kings, go 11-3, Mike Brown in that, just that, and wins in Sacramento Kings history. Remember, he's 12th. He will pass Reggie Theus, George Karl, Keith Smart, Dick Motta, Paul Westphal, and Phil Johnson.
Oh my! And Phil Johnson.
Now he had Kansas City.
Yeah,
but his
yeah,
2
yeah.
years here, he has 51
Wow.
wins. Brown would have 52, and then he'd be right on the heels of Jerry Reynolds. Next year, certainly he'll pass Luke Walton. Yeager would be in sight, and then it's really just Saint and Adelman.
Where's Malone?
Denver.
He passed him.
He's already passed Michael Malone.
I mean, that's the thing. Again, I was talking about.
He's already passed Michael Malone.
Yeah, Malone had 39 wins. Wow. He was 39-67. I think, again, revision is like.
Yeah.
Bad roster probably, but
Right.
he had some things going the right way. Past Eddie Jordan, past Musselman, past Alvin Gentry, Rex Hughes, Bill Russell, Kenny Nat, Ty Corbin.
It just occurred to me.
This is not over, guys.
If the Kings get swept in the first round 4-1,
that's not a
That's not a sweep.
3-2. Wait.
4-0.
No, I'm sorry.
Sweep
Okay, sorry.
What happened
Wow.
over there?
Wow, I had a math moment. If the Kings lose in the first round 4-1,
okay,
he'll have the second most playoff wins in Sacramento Kings history, will he not? As a head coach.
St. Jean has 1.
Oh, that's right. I always forget about that. I always forget St. Jean has 1.
So if he gets 2 wins, 4-2.
They lose 4-2 in the first round.
In a non-sweep.
In a super gentleman sweep.
Oh,
He'd have the second most playoff wins.
That's insane.
And how many total coaches in Sacramento history?
I don't even know.
20 plus.
Yeah.
He'll only be the 4th one to coach in the playoffs.
That's ridiculous. And awesome. It's
Yeah.
great. The Sacramento Kings, I got my math wrong yesterday, shockingly. The Sacramento Kings, by ensuring, let's also point out, yesterday, we haven't even mentioned this yet. Sacramento Kings have insured themselves of a 500 season.
Yes.
For the first time in 4 presidents. For the first time in 4 presidents. Right? Biden, Trump, Obama.
It was the second
And,
Bush was in office?
Second Bush?
Yeah. For the second time?
I think so.
Or the
Was
first time?
06?
Yeah, second time, I think.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's
wow.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, there's going to be all kinds of these little milestones and momentums and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And they're looking tonight.
Keep it going.
There's another domino.
Yeah.
Because if they win tonight, they will have insured themselves of an above 500 season.
Which again has only happened the 8 times, all under Adelman. And one of those was that first year was lockout 50 games, and
50
they won
games.
27. So it'd be also one of their highest win totals already with more than 10 games to go.
And you'd said earlier that they are 5 games away from tying their all-time best road record.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. It's really cool.
Incredible.
It's really cool to see. And you know what? One of the best parts about this is like no one predicted it.
No. And there's always someone I thought they'd make the playoffs.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Playoffs is one thing. And a lot of people are talking about play in or whatever. Come on. A 2 seed.
And like where and you're right. There is always the one guy that every year is like, we're going to finals, baby. And then the one year they're like, hey,
Yeah, told you.
That's the broken clock twice
Yeah,
a day thing.
right.
Nobody.
I know I didn't.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
We got to go back to the beginning of the year, but wasn't it play in? Wasn't that where we were?
Yeah. I think I can remember. I think my win total was 37. I think I had, which was above what Vegas said. But
Yes.
I go, 37 is going to probably be close to the play. I mean, honestly, I don't want the Kings to do this, but I don't know that they have to win another game to be in the play-in. Now, I sure hope they win several more games, but we could track that. Let's see if 41 would have been enough. I bet it will be.
Well, if the Lakers, who are currently 10th,
and they're below 500,
they played 70 games. If the Lakers go 12-0, they'll be 46-36.
Mm-hmm. Now that would go way past the 41.
Way past. But the Sacramento, they have to go 12-0,
Yeah.
which means in order to tie the Lakers, the Sacramento Kings have to win 5 more games, and they have 14 left.
Yeah.
They have to go.
That's with the Lakers going undefeated.
Yes, with the Lakers going undefeated, the Kings would have to go 5-9 for them to tie.
Yeah, but that's also the 10th team. But then what's OKC doing is also just play one less game at 34 and 35. Like both teams aren't going undefeated. That stuff's not going to happen. But just keep winning, Kings. It's starting tonight.
But one game at a time.
Yep.
And tonight they play the Brooklyn Nets. This is a tough. As I said earlier, this is that schedule loss that they throw out there. They go from a 5:00 tip in Chicago yesterday to a 4:30 tip in New York City tonight. There it is right there. I expected that. Okay, Brooklyn is favored by 2.5, and that's not a surprise. And the reason, by the way, Brooklyn's 39-30. Brooklyn's coming out, in their last, what do we say? They won 3 of 5, 4 of 6, something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking here. It's actually 5 of 7, and here's some of the wins. At the Celtics by 10. Beat the T-Wolves by 1, beat the Nuggets by 2.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, this was a team that was dismantled, and it's different, but they're putting it together in a different way. They kind of hit you with a bunch of numbers, and Bridges is in a new role, and he's really thriving in it.
Bridges has really been the jewel of that trade so far. And by the way, Bridges is given, and again, I know this is an asterisk, he's given more to the Nets than Kevin Durant has to the Suns so far. So far, you wouldn't trade Kevin Durant straight up for Mikal Bridges just based on performance. And so far, Spencer Dinwiddie at the point guard, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Nick Claxton. That is a solid starting 5 with Seth Curry, Joe Harris, and Royce O'Neal as the backup. We're not even counting Ben Simmons at all, who's not playing.
Right.
That's a solid team.
Yeah, there's some similarities here. Now, whether they'll defend the same way, I remember when Toronto came in, just kind of that long, athletic lineup. That was the one that really, all year, I think the one that just bothered the Kings the most offensively.
Agreed.
As far as running them out of their sorts. But I don't know that Brooklyn will probably have that intention, but the Kings have cracked the code on just about every team. So, and the one thing, it's new players for Brooklyn. I like that. And the blowout of the Nets was so long ago. It's not a fresh wound.
Yep.
So I like that, but totally different Nets team.
This is one of those games you can't overlook. G-Man put out a I don't know if it was on Facebook or what it was, but I saw on social media, I think it was like 3:19 in the morning is what his clock said. That's when he was walking into his hotel room. And then when you arrive, you have your key, you go to the hotel room, and then you've got to wait for your bags to get delivered. They'll deliver them to your door. So my guess is at the earliest, and this is East Coast time, at the earliest, you're falling asleep at 4 a.m. And that's after a plane ride, a game, all that, good luck.
Yeah.
4 a.m., and then you're right back at it. This is a boom, boom. Now, some teams react well to that. Some teams react well to that because you're kind of in a rhythm. This has one of those schedule loss things written all over.
Yeah, I found it interesting yesterday when we talked to Kevin Herter. He told us, he goes, this is the first time traveling east that I felt kind of that travel, that time change. And I thought the way the game started, I go, gosh, are they okay?
That's what it looked like.
Like they did look tired. It was game 1 of a 5 and 7 nights. Now they could be revitalized today, but I think travel and some things they have to go through are rougher on them. Doesn't mean they can't win because they're a good team, but there's some things here that give you concern.
And I don't want to do the Debbie Downer thing because this team has proven
absolutely
so many people wrong so many times. And just when you think they're getting tested with something they can't overcome, they overcome it. I will say this: I think this is the toughest game on the trip. And I don't think that's a particular stretch. And I'm including Utah, who they've had 2 very, very good games with. That doesn't mean they're going to lose tonight and win the other 2.
Right.
Saying when you're looking at this trip, counting everything in. By the way, this is also the team that has the best record they're playing on the trip as well, 39-30. So,
yeah, I know we had Darren here on YouTube. Didn't the guys sleep on the plane? My answer to that would be some, maybe. Some maybe. It's like if some play cards, if some play games, if some are on their phone, if some watch movies, and some might have fallen asleep, but maybe it's off and on. They're very much in a routine. I'm guessing there's not a shoot around, but maybe there's some sort of film or walkthrough maybe at the hotel, but that's also when's their nap. Like they're very much creatures of habit. So I think today's a little bit off sorts there, but hey, it's the league. It happens to other teams when they come here.
Let's talk about the league in general, and obviously we'll talk about the Sacramento Kings. I want to get an MVP question in as well with all this conversation. This thing's getting weird with Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Who better to do that with than the athletic Sam Amick as he joins us each and every Thursday at 8 a.m. And his visit's next on SactownSports.com and Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh, my, what What an athletic move, that time by Malik Monk.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
This month, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, we have over 600 new Ram trucks available, which means we have the truck you want at the price that will work for you. That's what makes us California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation.
Oh, with all the options in Sacramento, how does Hoblet manage to be the #1 Ram truck dealer over and over again?
Well, our true pricing policy is a big part of it. The price you see is the price you pay. No bait and switch or surprise add-ons like other places. Plus, we know times are getting harder, which is why we don't mark up our trucks like everyone else.
Hey, if you're tired of being taken advantage of or just being the next sucker, come experience the difference at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
10,000 total net savings after 4,000 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $1,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualifying $1,000 case, C&H, or New Holland equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying equipment after December 1st, 2020 to qualify. 5% net savings. See dealer for details.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
500 Capitol Mall, Suite 2060, Sacramento, California, 95814. CordellCordell.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1 gig internet on the Xfinity 10G network. It's just $30 a month for 2 years when you add mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With 6.6 left in the tie game, De'Aaron introduced the crowd in Chicago to fourth quarter Fox.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. Fourth quarter Fox has come through one more time.
Fox finished with a team-high 32 points on a blistering 70% from the field, including 66% from three and 80% from the line in the Kings' 117-114 win over the Bulls. Little time to celebrate, though, as they are on a back-to-back tonight as they play in Brooklyn. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock with game night right here on Sactown Sports. The 49ers continued their busy offseason, signing former number 4 overall pick Clelin Ferrell to a one-year deal. Ferrell spent his first 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he amassed 10 total sacks. You can read all about NFL free agency at SactownSports.com. Coming up on today's show, Sam Amick from The Athletic joins us at 8 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Halfway through already?
How about that?
How about that?
Time flies when the Kings win.
Super Sam Amick. Just noticed that. My the whatever it is that's in your headphones, the padding, there's like a crack in it now and it scratches my ear.
That's not good.
These headphones are gamers. I've had them for a while. Sam will join us, I think. I don't know. I haven't heard from Sam this morning, so I'm a little nervous. Uh-oh. You haven't heard back from Sam? Oh, Sam. Samuel Amick. That means phone Sam, if at all. Since we have we're going to have video Sam. Oh.
We got a developing situation.
I do want to say this, since we have a couple seconds, and I don't know where else to put this. The worst thing in sports happened yesterday. Did you see the Edwin Diaz injury? That was just terrible.
I know. Has there been an official? I mean, I know it's not good. I don't know what the.
If there is, I haven't seen it yet. It was a celebratory moment in Puerto Rico's victory over the Dominican Republic. And I would just say, I thought what anyone who's watched baseball forever thought pretty much was Kendrys Morales coming in at home plate after that home run. And he was never the same. Obviously you don't want to speculate on anything. And even if it is a horrible injury, that Edwin will be better. But it was a terrible scene. Diaz's brother was out there, Alexis Diaz from the Reds, and he was sobbing, like ugly crying, and was justified. It was just, he was taken off. Edwin was on a wheelchair, and because he struck out Teoscar Hernandez, and that sealed up a 5-2 victory. It knocked out the tournament favorites, Dominican Republic. It was a great moment, and it was tough to get a camera angle, but it very much, it's the thing where everyone's gathering around and jumping up and down, and he came down on, I don't know, someone's foot, came down wrong, and just collapsed to the ground. And, it stinks because I don't know how I feel about the World Baseball Classic as a whole, other than I know it looks like some tremendously fun baseball. And you're going to hear, well, they shouldn't have been doing, Mets fans especially. And I get that. I understand the sentiment, but it's like he could have done that anywhere. He could have done that playing for the Mets. He could have done that going to the grocery store. He could have done that so many different places. It's just a silly, horrible, unfortunate situation. Kings win last night. We're still awaiting Sam Amick. So let me give you what's coming up here. We'll look at the standings, magic numbers, and all of that at 8:27. The clutch play of De'Aaron Fox as well. And by the way, if you haven't filled your bracket out yet, you'd better.
Yeah, you've got about an hour.
You got about an hour.
Yeah.
I got both my brackets in. Doing two. One is the chalk, not chalk, but I don't think I have anything in my final four below a 2 seed. Who was it yesterday? It was Jay Billis. Somebody said that there was like legit 10 different teams he could see winning it this year.
That makes it fun.
Yeah, it's just wide open. A lot of upsets. And of course, this is usually where it does go to chalk, but a lot of upsets. But you got to fill everything out. These are truly two of the most fun days of the sports year. I would say maybe the most fun sports day of the year. The second most fun is when Sam Amick joins us. And lo and behold, we have that right now. Sam's at home, actually. Look at that. And his Stingers up pullover. Welcome in, Samuel. How are you?
Gentlemen, doing just fine. How are you?
What's that behind you? I know that's not deer antlers on your wall.
That's what I thought, too.
Where are you talking about? Here? Over here?
No,
exercise machine.
It's an exercise machine.
Oh, yeah. That's an elliptical. And then
look at you.
Toucan. I can't figure out my spacing here.
Yeah.
Sam right there.
I got you. Okay.
This action. Then we got the great Bill Russell and not Bill Russell. I'm sorry. We got Wilt and Kareem.
Look at that. That's a great background.
Thanks,
I think you got a couple cobwebs on the elliptical, though.
I was on that thing yesterday.
Quick to fire back.
Sam, I'm going to ask you the obvious sports radio question, but we do this every year and check in because you do have a vote. I'll ask two things. Question A, do you have an MVP in mind yet? Question B, do you agree, leading question here, do you agree that this Jokic Embiid debate, I don't know, over the last 2 weeks, it's gotten weird. It's gotten weird.
Yeah. It's like the most vanilla way of describing it. Possible.
Yeah. Right.
I'm now looking at my phone. I'm going to try to pull up a number for you in a second on that topic. Some little bit of data. Yeah, I mean, yes, I have a vote. Who do I have in mind? Embiid's playing his tail off, and I've not been there. I'm going to have to look at him hard. I think right now I'm a Giannis voter. I also am going to have to check myself and not have recency bias when I dive into a guy's situation like I did this week. I actually just this morning published a Q&A with Giannis and enjoyed greatly talking to him about the race at some great length. And so yeah, but I mean, a weird MVP race. Jokic obviously playing incredible ball, and now the Nuggets losing 4 in a row is the kind of thing that in a tight race I think absolutely could change votes, and we'll see what happens. To your thing that you alluded to about the discussion, and honestly, even before Kendrick Perkins and JJ Redick on ESPN talked about the race element of voting, where essentially Perk felt like the largely white media was biased towards Jokic. This is, to be honest, something like I had talked about with some black colleagues, just about like optics versus reality. And I'm a sucker for at least having discussions based in truth, right? God forbid. Yeah. So, when Perk had claimed, I think that it was 90% white media, it is a very white media. It's very true. So of the voting body, just to give you guys a glance at it from last season, 63 out of 100 voters were white. Jokic with almost 70% of the vote. Embiid, almost 20% of the vote. 25 African-American voters out of 100. And then the percentage on Jokic was significantly lower. It's 48%, although he did lead. He was the leading vote getter among African-American voters, and Embiid was right behind him, 44%. So that's just context. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'd mind me sharing this. I sent JJ a note saying that, like, interesting discussion, and all due respect to ESPN, I just don't think First Take is the place for it. Like, long panel at some conference, maybe a long podcast. You got to really have that discussion, not in microwave form.
Yeah. I know, Sam, speaking of awards, you said last night, I think you tweeted that just give De'Aaron Fox the Jerry West Award already. Yeah. It's his, right? He's winning this thing, isn't he?
See, that's why I love Jay Ross, Dave, because he's so good at just being like, well, we don't like this, is uncomfortable. Let's go to the happy stuff.
Let's go right here.
I'm going to the Kings.
No, you're right. And I didn't even, I mean, that tweet I sent out was followed. I know I always share color from my little street in suburban Elk Grove, literally followed by neighbor John running into my house screaming.
Hold on, neighbor John. When did we drop the drunk?
Oh, well, I'm afraid of litigation, apparently. And for the first time in all the years I've known him, and I'm going to air him out here on public radio, chose not to knock this time. Just
whoa. Can't do that.
Love you, John.
Yeah.
No, it was fine. But yeah, like De'Aaron was unbelievable. I actually was watching that play, like I'm sure a lot of people, and kind of in my head going, De'Aaron, there's 12 seconds left, bro.
Right.
Like, you might want to get moving. And he was just like absolutely as chill as could be. And then drops that thing as the double starts to come. And then it did crack me up. The camera's catching him, just announcing to the world that he's effing nice,
Yes.
So yeah, I mean they got something going right now. You compete with the Bucks like they did And then you kind of pull your way out of a slog of a game like they did against Chicago. Good things for the Kings.
Sam Amick of The Athletic joining us. So MVP is still up in the air. We've got De'Aaron Fox with the Clutch Player award, probably. Mike Brown is certainly the Vegas favorite, literally, for Coach of the Year. But I want to ask you this, Sam, because it's not talked about enough, I think, in these parts. Can you give me I need a decent argument against Monty McNair being Executive of the Year? Honestly, I'm sure there is one. I just, because I'm biased, can't find it.
It'll sound like a political answer. I have to go look at them all. I don't know. Top of mind, he's in a very good position. That's such a weird award, though, because as I think you guys know, listeners might not, the executives vote on that award and not the media.
Right.
And like there have been years when it's like you study the results and it's like, man, it seems like there's all kinds of petty, for lack of a better way of putting it, like certain guys that for whatever reason, and Monty's very well liked and hasn't been around long enough to really tick people off, I don't think, but like where you see the way people vote, maybe based on past situations. But yeah, he's on that short list. Getting Kevin Durant is never a bad thing. So James Jones in Phoenix, but with James, you could also look at the Jay Crowder situation and say that did not go very well. And that's kind of a roster management type of issue. Although Monty Williams was a big part of that, major driving force in that. I'm kind of rambling on it.
No, I got you.
He's had a great year. What they did in the summer has panned out in a big time way. And actually, to take it back to JJ Redick, JJ, who had kind of famously destroyed the Kings for the trade last year with Indiana, he gives a mea culpa recently on his podcast, but specifically highlighted all the additional moves that were made over this summer. The shooting, it's wild. This offense is incredible. Kevin Huerter is on a heater again lately.
Yep.
And you see these defenses just absolutely exhausted trying to keep up with the Kings' action, and it's fun to watch.
Sam, I think we talked about it last week, but now we got a little more clarity from the league about John Morant, getting the 8 games. I know he's already served some time here. I don't know, where are you with this, how the league handled it, how Memphis handling it, and where Ja will go going forward?
So another shameless plug. I'm always good for one or two. We wrote a piece that Joe Varden at our place is with the Grizzlies right now. And Joe and I teamed up on a piece this morning about the Ja situation. Part of it, to Joe's credit, was talking to some of the Grizzlies teammates about where they're at, and, supportive comments, but insightful comments about them acknowledging, that he's got to make some changes here. The punishment, where am I at? It's hard to say, because I don't know. They claim, and this is, you talk about nuance, guys, in the statement, it drives me crazy when these statements that you got to really read 3 and 4 times to understand what the NBA is saying. What they announced is that they did not find that the gun was his. Or they could not prove that it was his. They did not prove that it was not his. They don't know if he brought it to the club. They don't know if he brought it on a plane. They couldn't prove that he did. And so they just didn't get the kinds of answers that would have led to a massively long suspension. But, they did. They also, it does not mean that they discovered that Ja didn't bring it, wasn't responsible. They just, honestly, it sounds like couldn't get to the bottom of a lot of it. He does his interview on ESPN. It was fine. I think the focus for him, listen, he's in his early 20s. He's massively wealthy. It's not the first dude by any means. Like, the partying is actually, I think the gun thing, whatever it was before, is going to go away, because he has now seen that it's going to put his entire career at risk. I actually think the nightlife and the partying stuff is, for the Grizzlies' purposes, more of their concern, more of their focus, and something that long before these headlines, what we learned and what we reported in the piece, was internally a pretty significant concern, to the extent that they had even changed travel schedules to kind of deter some of the nightlife action that they were worried was kind of weighing him down. So we'll see. I mean, it obviously feels pretty light, you know what I mean? But it kind of is what it is.
Well, it is what it is. That and more at The Athletic. Sam Amick. Get your subscription or 2. Great deals, by the way, going around right now as well. I think I saw one 99 cents for like 6 months or something like that. And as we go down the home stretch, we'll be visiting with Sam as we always do each and every week. As God forbid, the Sacramento Kings might be a playoff team this year, and I'm sure Sam, you got to tell John to knock, dude. Then it's an open invitation, and you trust me, you got to nip this one in the bud, dude.
I think I have a text in front of me. He's countering that my wife made him apparently eat some really gross candy once he came in the house, so that makes up for it.
Okay, well there you go. Detente. Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
I was gonna say, Dave, just go ahead. I'm gonna tell the station to take like $5 a month off of my stipend, and then you can stop complaining about your subscriptions. That's all.
Oh, well, that'll take care of about a third of my monthly fee. So there we go.
That's all I'm giving.
We'll see you next week, brother.
Thanks,
Take care. Bye. That's Sam Amick. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll recap that. The Kings being clutch yet again. And an argument. No, I shouldn't say an argument. A heated conversation broke out on Kings Twitter that caught my eye yesterday involving playoff tickets for you. Something we haven't talked about in a long time. We'll visit on that real quick next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Lowe's always has more ways for you to save. On top of our everyday low prices, pros can save big when buying in bulk. Or if your purchase is over $1,500, ask about our volume savings program. A pro associate can provide a customized quote. Ask about our volume savings programs today. It always pays to be a pro at Lowe's. While supplies last, minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Volume discount pricing quotes are valid up to 7 days. Visit your local pro desk to learn more and start saving. Offers subject to change may not be available in all Lowe's stores.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Thank you to Sam Amick. That was a quick break. See that? We'll get to the Kings in the clutch here in a second. I want to speak a little bit on a growing thingy going on. It's first world problems. A playoff bound team, we think. And nobody knows how to act, and a lot of people, this isn't a regular thing. So this isn't literally new to a lot of folk. And somehow it got around yesterday, the conversation that, okay, well, first dibs for season tickets. Or, excuse me, first dibs for playoff tickets go to season tickets.
Correct.
I think second dibs is for people that have already put deposits down for next year's playoff tickets. And then after that, would be, game-to-game tickets.
Right.
And it sounds like, and again, I don't know this, so happy for the Kings to correct me on this, and I'm sure they'll put whatever out there, but it just doesn't sound like there's going to be a lot of playoff tickets available outside of your season ticket base. And understandably, there's, I saw one fan in particular, it's like, we've been loyal to this team for 16 years, and, they finally make the playoffs, and we blood, sweat, and tears, blah, 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 and, now we can't go to a playoff game. And I 1,000,000,000,000% hear that, number one. Number two, I don't think you have to be a season ticket holder to be a Kings fan. And I don't think the fact that you are a season ticket holder makes you any better than a Kings fan that watches from home every night and cheers the team on or whatever. I don't like fan gatekeeping at all. Yeah. And I really don't like financial fan gatekeeping. Listen, some people just can't afford season tickets. Some people work nights. Some people can't afford season tickets and parking and gas.
But the whole thing isn't season ticket. The whole arena's not filled with season ticket.
No,
holders.
It's not. And so there will still be, I would imagine, a very, very limited number.
There might be more than you think.
Yeah.
Not saying like it'll be easy to get. I just think they'll be available. It'll just be, you better act quickly if you'd like them.
Well, I also just want to stand in front of the Kings a little bit here. Like, that's also kind of how it has to be.
Right.
Like, you have to give season ticket holders first dibs. And second dibs are the depositors for next year, because they're running their business.
Right.
And I'm not trying to sound like a company man here. You guys know I would go against the team if I thought especially if I thought they were screwing fans, but I'm not saying it's ideal.
Right.
I get it. I'm saying I don't know how else you could do it, and that's how every other team does.
Yeah, and I know I did talk to a few people. We are season ticket holders myself, our family, and playoff tickets will be more as expected. But I think what they did is they actually surveyed a bunch of playoff teams. Like, what did you do,
right?
Wizards, when you made the playoffs? What did you do, Nuggets? They talked to all the teams. Like, how much was your increase percentage wise? And so I think they're just trying to live in a basic, normal, what everyone else kind of does. And so, I mean, it's new to this organization. I bet almost everybody in the ticket department wasn't here.
No,
16 years ago.
Guaranteed.
There's a few people from the overall front office.
Very few.
Yeah. So you got to do that. You're still a business too, but you want your fans there. And you know what? The place will be full.
The place will be full. And there's the other thing that I kind of want to help prep people for that maybe isn't being thought about. There are a number of reasons why you may want to play this team or that team and not this team or that team. And I'm telling you right now, maybe you want to play the Warriors, maybe you want to play the Lakers for obvious reasons, but just be warned. If you play the Warriors or you play the Lakers, just please understand that place is going to have a not insignificant amount of Warrior and or Laker fans.
Right.
They are going, and I'm not talking about like a smattering. I'm talking about, I'd be shocked if it was under 25% of the building filled with either Warrior or Laker fans, because season ticket holders are going to go back to doing what they did back 16 years ago, that you can sell tickets to a playoff game or two and pay for your whole entire year. Now, some people may say, screw that.
Yeah, I paid for the whole year to get to this moment.
Right. And I think there's some people watching that would say, if I was a season ticket holder, I'd never do that. And maybe you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But
everybody's got a number.
If you're sitting there with tickets that are, I don't know, $200 a pop, you got 4 tickets, and somebody's offering you $2,000 a pop.
Yeah.
You find ways to justify that.
Yeah.
So again, just it's part of the air quotes problems with being a playoff team. I don't want to truncate this into 30 seconds, Jason, because we do need to talk about De'Aaron Fox.
It's good audio from Coach on him.
The coach from Audio Brown. Wow, David, the audio from Coach Brown in there as well, and also historically how good De'Aaron Fox is in the clutch. We'll do that. We got the standings, magic numbers, so much more. Big fat segment coming up next.
It's Deuce and Mo.
What inspired you to write about the Kings?
I'm like anybody else, or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I take interest in stuff that doesn't happen much. I've got my telescope sitting outside and look for comets and whatever else, or eclipses. And frankly, those happen more often than the Kings make the playoffs these days. So I wanted to be there.
Deuce and Mo, weekdays from 11 to 2 on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A nice dry day ahead. It's chilly this morning. Temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40 to start, but we should see mostly sunny skies to warm us into the mid 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Treat yourself to a new car in the new year. Shop Folsom Lake Kia for your favorite Kia model. Low interest rates, low payments, even zero down deals with approved credit. Over 20 years right here in Sacramento. That's Folsom Lake Kia. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Dr. Rick here. Another sign you're becoming your parents is getting particular about details that don't matter.
The craziest thing happened when we got tacos the other day. Was it Wednesday or Thursday we got tacos? I know it wasn't Tuesday because that's when I went to my hairdresser. Shoot, what day was it?
See how we all lost interest there?
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The folks at M&S Auto know that inflation is tough on everybody. If you need an excellent, gently used car or truck, M&S has hundreds of vehicles on the lot on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. M&S customers get great deals and they save thousands. Get a great deal now on super clean 4x4s, including Tacomas, Silverados, and Jeeps, and muscle cars, Challengers, Teslas, Mustangs, and even the occasional McLaren. M&S Auto, msautogroup.com.
Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course is Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Players love Bartley Kavanaugh's fun design and great mixture of holes. Near the banks of the Sacramento River, Bartley Kavanaugh's moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas make for an affordable and fun round of golf. Bartley Kavanaugh offers a great pro shop, help planning your tournament or wedding, and a relaxing outdoor veranda for a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyKavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888 Greenspan. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. For over 75 years, Greenspan has been there for property owners, helping thousands of businesses, families, and communities receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Greenspan is your private adjuster, leveling the playing field. Call 888 Greenspan today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With 6.6 left in the tie game, De'Aaron introduced the crowd in Chicago to fourth quarter Fox.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. Fourth quarter Fox has come through one more time.
Fox finished with a team-high 32 points on a blistering 70% from the field, including 66% from three and 80% from the line in the Kings' 117-114 win over the Bulls. Little time to celebrate, though, as they are on a back-to-back tonight as they play in Brooklyn. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock with game night right here on Sactown Sports. The 49ers continued their busy offseason, signing former number 4 overall pick Clelin Ferrell to a one-year deal. Ferrell spent his first 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he amassed 10 total sacks. You can read all about NFL free agency at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Nine 916-339-1140 is your text line. From the 916, that's correct, Dave. My 38 years of paying for season tickets finally comes to fruition. I don't know if that means, and I'm keeping my playoff tickets or I'm selling my playoff tickets. From the 916 as well. Season tickets have also been a bad investment the last 16 years. If you took some of the money that you didn't spend on season tickets for the last 16 years, you could pay for secondary market playoff tickets. Well, yeah, and if you put it in stocks and bonds, you'd have more too. I get that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the trick with some of this. I think for the playoff tickets, it'll be a great investment.
Right.
Whereas something like, for example, for the tournament, I when those were first available as a season ticket holder, that was information you got in an email, I don't know, a year ago. I'm like, oh, I want to get March Madness tickets. And now you look at like some of the secondary stuff, especially like Upper Deck, there's like $8 tickets. You go, well, I paid a lot more than $8.
You want to know something funny?
Huh.
I've never been to a playoff game. Not once in my life.
Are you going?
I'm really, really mulling it over.
Okay. Well, hopefully there's several to choose from.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they make it, number one. If they make it. Secondly, I don't know. I know it's weird that I've never been to a playoff game, but
I was going to say I've never missed one, but that's not true. But I've been to most of them.
I don't know that I don't know that I can handle it. I truly don't know if I can handle it.
You'd be fine at home. You won't handle it at
No,
home
I
either.
won't be. No, I won't
But
be fine
no
at
one will
home.
see you.
But no one will see me.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I just don't know if I could handle it mentally. I need to pace. I need a constant supply of snack food.
Yes. Well, they have that there.
Yeah, they do. I mean, but I would just be straight up mainlining popcorn. Like for real. I would have like I need it is actually awesome. I need the hat like they do for the beers.
Yeah.
But I need to have a popcorn hat with like a little tube that comes down to my mouth, and I can just like hit a button like for what is it they do in hospitals for morphine?
Yes.
But for popcorn, I just hit it and then popcorn goes into my mouth.
Makes sense.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna I had to take a sip of water, dude. I might have to actually like go to some therapy or something this playoff season if it happens. The Kings are making it happen, Captain. Clutch ability. De'Aaron Fox is ridiculous.
Yes, he is.
And he was ridiculous, thank goodness, in a situation where he probably didn't have to or shouldn't have had to have been ridiculous in.
15.7 trying to deflect. Inbounds pass goes to Vucevic. 4-point Kings lead to DeRozan. He fires for three. He's got it, and it was fouled. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that the Kings made that mistake. Harrison Barnes was screened off, but somehow he made contact, and it's going to be DeRozan with a chance to tie.
To G-Man's defense, by the way, he's saying, I know there's some people out there like, what do you mean? He didn't make a mistake. It wasn't that's live blocked. He doesn't have, that's the correct call on his part. And we talked about this. That was a horrible call. It was a bad call. And the fact that it was challenged and not overturned makes it even more egregious.
I was certain it was overturned. I'm like, good. Because I wanted Coach Brown to challenge about 2 minutes earlier, I think when Sabonis got his fifth. I'm like, this is worth a challenge. Like, what can harm you here? And then they didn't. And then I was glad he didn't because I'm like, oh, good. They're going to win this. That's not a foul.
If you call that foul, then everybody should shoot 80 free throws.
Exactly.
It's just one of those. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But hey, if not for that, sometimes, in order to be blinded by light, you have to be in darkness first. Probably not a saying, but here you go.
114. Kings out of timeouts. They use their last one for the challenge. Fox advances the dribble across the logo. 5 seconds to go. It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. 7/10 of a second remaining. The three-point shot will be reviewed. It's not over yet, but fourth quarter Fox has come through one more time. Now, are they reviewing to see if it's a 2 or a 3? DeRozan says it's a 3. All right. 3-point goal is good. Fox puts the Kings on top with 7/10 of a second to go. Well, from the length of the floor, here's the inbound. And it's broken up by Fox. Great anticipation. It was intended for Levine, and the Kings will walk off the floor with a victory to open this road trip.
I want to break into this real quick just for a second, because I know a lot of you are driving right now to work, and we're following a developing situation here. The Sacramento Police Department is assisting federal authorities. This is according to the Sac PD Twitter account, is assisting federal authorities in the area of I Street and 6th Street. That's right near in the vicinity of Golden One, just to give you an idea, regarding suspicious circumstances. I'm just quoting here. There are multiple street closures. Please avoid the area and use alternate routes. No further information at this time other than this update. J Street remains open. Road closures. I Street closed between 4th and 7th. H Street closed between 5th and 7th. I Street closed to northbound traffic into the area as well. That's all the info I have, and that's off the SAC PD account. You just hope everything is okay and it's an abundance of caution. But for those of you driving into work right now, if you work in that area, please do find an alternate route and stay posted on that. All right, back to basketball. De'Aaron Fox should be a shoo-in for the Clutchability Award.
Yeah.
The Jerry West Award. It's actually not the Clutchability Award. Here's the question. Is he the most clutch Sacramento King of all time now?
I mean, it's hard to argue against that, right? I mean, Bibby would be on that list. Mitch Richmond.
I think Bibby's the one that everyone thinks of.
Yeah.
I think we remember Bibby's game winners against Memphis, the Clippers, and then obviously the arguably, and I like your argument always against this, but arguably the biggest shot in Sacramento Kings history against the Lakers, that 2-point jumper. You've mentioned before that the actual biggest shot in Kings history would probably be Kevin Martin in Game 2 against the Spurs.
I mean, it was a walk-off.
It was a walk-off.
Yeah. And Bibby left the Lakers. It was not his fault.
It's a fun combo to have.
Most people put the Bibby one, and that's fine. But just this year, think about De'Aaron. Game winner last night.
Yep.
Game winner against Orlando.
Yep.
It was the game-winning play against Houston. Remember, he got fouled shooting a 3 by Eric Gordon, made all 3 free throws. He hit the go-ahead basket in Utah that still led to the full-court pass to Markkanen, who made the 3, remember, but they waved that off. I mean, and then he's already got all those fourth-quarter points. He's done it before in his career with a couple against Miami. He picks his spots to be great, and it's usually at the end of the game, which is awesome.
It's almost becoming – it was Kevin Herter on our show, I think, not this week, but last week, who he said something like, and, we know Fox is expected to, and that's not fair to say that, but we've just come to, and I'm paraphrasing now, expect that the fourth quarter hits and De'Aaron Fox turns on the Jets.
Right.
And it's funny because I've heard people say, and I completely understand this, well, why can't De'Aaron Fox just be that guy for all 4 quarters? And I think the answer is because I don't know that that's humanly possible. Like, again, using a basketball game like a boxing match, the first 3 quarters, I love the way they've kind of come around. It's body blows, and you're spreading it around. And then in the fourth quarter, De'Aaron has that extra jet in him.
Right.
And he's able to just come in and take over. And you know what? It's working really, really well.
Yes.
It's working really, really well for this team, which, just to remind everybody, the Sacramento Kings are not only in the 2 seed right now, once again by themselves, but they are 41-27. They're 41-22 when you take out those first 4.
41-23.
41-23. Why am I having problems with why am I having so many problems with math today? 41-23, which 41-23, 41-27. Okay, it's not a crazy thing, but that after they're figuring it out. My point is that they've lulled into this rhythm now.
Yeah.
It's working a lot more than it's not working.
And a lot of people will tell you, hey, look, when you get to the All-Star break, that's when other teams like really ramp up. That's when they try to be at their best. I mean, the Kings got to be ready for this. Kings are 9-2 since the break. They're playing great basketball. And even in a game yesterday, that was clunky at times, not their sharpest. They found a way yet again to win on the road, and Fox was a big part of that.
Mike Brown, he had something to say about his 2 All-Stars.
Domas with another triple-double. I mean, it's like getting commonplace for him to have a triple-double after triple-double after triple-double. And then you look at a guy like Foxy, he's 12 for 17 from the floor, and big shot after big shot down the stretch, especially the one to win the game. And I said this before to you guys and whoever else will listen to me. I hope both those guys get recognition for what they're doing. Fox is the most clutch player out there, and Domas, with his ability to bring to the table a triple-double after triple-double after triple-double, and we get a win, both those guys should be on an all-NBA team.
Interesting. Got more on this situation downtown. The FBI, Department of Homeland Security, along with Sacramento Police, have shut down several streets after a person crashed a large truck into the federal building in Sacramento. It's unclear at the moment if the crash was an accident or if it was deliberate. That is from Matthew Keys, who has done work for Reuters, Fox 40, and many others. At Matthew Keys Live is his Twitter account. So we're monitoring this situation, obviously, for all of you. And again, if you are downtown, stay away from that I Street area. But as we heard just a few minutes ago, J Street is still open. Yeah, as we weave from serious to basketball here, it was a wonderful night, not just for the Kings victory-wise, but it was also wonderful for the standings. As
great night there.
Just about everything they needed to happen, Jason.
Yeah, the only team Dallas ended up winning in overtime, and then the Clippers won, but they beat the Warriors. I mean, one of those two teams, which we talk about a lot. Hey, look, when they're going head-to-head, someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. And I think in this case, it was probably better to cool off the Warriors, and they lost yet another road game. That team's got to figure it out on the road.
Yeah, and did you see, I don't know if you caught any of that Dallas Spurs ending, but going into overtime, all Dallas had to do was inbound the ball, and they threw it the length of the floor out of bounds. They did everything they could to lose to the Spurs, but in the end, they're just a better team than the Spurs. But yeah, like you said, Warriors lose, Timberwolves lost, Lakers lost to those Rockets.
Yeah, Memphis lost.
Memphis got destroyed by the Heat. By the way, Sixers went to Cleveland to beat the Cavs. That was the national game. That was a fun game to watch. That was a battle. That's a playoff matchup possibly down the road. Two very, very good teams. So very good stuff for the Kings. And you have promised me that at some point we get time later in this, maybe even in the next segment if we have time. That's, I guess, up to me and getting through it. You're gonna walk through the magic number math.
Okay.
Because I got to learn this. Because
math has been a challenge.
Math
today.
has been a real struggle for me. So we'll take a break. When we come back, magic numbers, who's hot, who's not, and we got to recap 3 in the key. That's a lot to get to. We'll see if we can do that next.
It's Chris and Company with Chris Watkins.
Aaron Rodgers this guy is something else, man. I definitely was fully prepared for today to be a nothing day. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. I'm glad that we can all move on with our lives now. The Jets have a quarterback. He's 38, 39 years old. Congrats.
Chris and Company with Chris Watkins. Weekdays from 10 to 11.
On Sactown Sports.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
How did your roof fare in the recent storms? If there's signs of wear and tear, address it before the problem becomes bigger. Cobex Construction Group understands the importance of a strong protective roof. The smallest leak can be the biggest problem. We provide homeowners with reliable roof repairs and replacements. Quality work and customer satisfaction are paramount to us. Get a new roof for zero down and low monthly payments. Call 1-800-NEW-ROOF for a no-obligation quote or visit trustcobex.com. Cobex Construction in Roseville. Do it once. Do it right.
Folks, there's a fast break with the game on the line. He dribbles down the court, passes ahead for the alley-oop, and it's caught for a slam dunk.
Do you need an assist? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Who, Jay? Who?
Joel Embiid.
Joseph L. Embiid.
This is true. He recorded his 24th 35-point game this season, the most in a season by a center since Moses Malone's 25 in the 1981-82 season, where Malone also happened to win the MVP award. Who's not?
Who is not?
Draymond.
Missing some time.
Draymond, yeah, funny you say that, has been a part of 6 whole road wins this season.
Yeah.
He has 16 technical fouls. Draymond Green has more technicals than road wins this year.
By a lot. Almost triple the amount. Yeah, he's going to now miss a game, I believe, because of that, unless they rescind it, which I don't believe that they will. Although he did, I forget who it was that crashed into him, but there was. I don't care who it was. If it's a bad call, it's a bad call. He got crashed into on the baseline on a plane. He got called for the fouls. He got trucked. It hasn't been a good year for the refs. I'm not just being a Kings whiner. I'm saying in general, what is it? They just haven't had a good year.
Get it together, guys.
You better get it together. Let's get 3 in the key right now. Recap from what?
I didn't do good.
No. You know what? We all have those days. Jason Ross, 3 in the key, brought to you by Nobody Yet. That's right. If you want to sponsor 3 in the key, feel free to do so. 923-6800 ask for Scott Marge.
All 3 of us made predictions on yesterday's game, asked the all-star scoring for the game.
Yeah.
DeRozan, Sabonis, and Fox all were all-stars, so we asked for that. Davey said 33 for DeRozan, 18 for Sabonis, 34 for Fox. I said 26, 19, and 33. Jay said 28, 24, and 29.
Dave wins that in a landslide, right?
Incredibly close.
Wow.
33, you said. 33 for DeRozan. You said 18 for Sabonis, 14 for Sabonis. You said 34 for Fox, 32. Well done.
Thank you. That's, you know what? Thank you. I'll take
Excellent.
that. Rare Dave W.
Yeah. Last basket of the game. Dave, you said De'Aaron Fox.
Did he have the?
He was clutch.
Did he have the last?
Do we have audio proof?
I don't think he did.
Because I said Kevin Hurt.
114. Kings out of timeouts. They used their last one for the challenge. Fox advances the dribble across the logo. 5 seconds to go. It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
That was here.
There was more to the game, though.
There was, but no, it
that's
didn't
it.
Yeah,
you got it. I said Herter. Jay said Caruso.
He didn't even play.
He didn't play.
I mean, it was close.
Yeah.
G-Man, you're ruling. Okay.
Then the call your shot. Can Dave get the sweep? No. Patrick Beverly will get into a kerfuffle with someone.
Okay, so does this count? Because at one point Harrison Barnes crashed into him, and Beverly hit the deck. And Harrison Barnes stood over him and then helped him up.
Judges?
No. Okay.
I said Sabonis triple-double, Fox double-double. That's the bonus part, not the Fox.
Okay.
And Jay said the Kings would hold the Bulls under 100 points.
They did not.
Yeah.
There was a time I felt like there was actually a chance.
I thought the Kings would be held under 100 for a while.
Kings Nets tonight. Hey, you know what? You know what?
3 in the key that?
You know where you can find it, though?
Where?
Right here.
Yeah.
on Sactown Sports. By the way, check out SactownSports.com. So much awesome Kingsing stuff, a lot of 49ers stuff. Remember that whole free agency thing still going on right now. Emil, Frankie, and our whole digital team got you covered. So check it out, SactownSports.com. I love that. 4:30 is your tip-off right here on the Sportatious. We got 3 in the key for tonight.
Yes. All right, Dave, you lead us off. We're going to the man. Fourth quarter points for De'Aaron Fox. Just the fourth quarter.
I'm going to say 9.
I have 10. Jay?
8.
Okay. 8, 9, 10.
He's going to have like 30.
Kings free throws for the game. I have them at 20 of 27. Jay?
I don't think they're going to get the whistles tonight in old Brook. I'm going to go 14 of 17.
I'll go 18 of 23.
Okay. And the last one, Jay, lead us off with call your shot.
Haven't been really good on this one lately. I will go with a 45 or more points from the Kings bench.
Wow.
Okay, Dave.
You ready for this one?
Uh-huh.
A career high.
Yeah.
For our own Red Velvet, Kevin Herter, playing in front of friends and family in New York.
I like it.
I
that
do
call.
too.
It's a very good call.
What's yours?
Mine is Kings will win in overtime.
Oh. Interesting. Well, I hope you get yours.
Well, and Herter does as well, and the bench helps him.
Yeah.
Actually, if we all are correct, I think the Kings will have won.
In overtime.
In overtime. From the 916, is there a first-round playoff matchup you want to avoid for the Kings? Yes.
I'd like a bye.
Philly.
The Bucks.
Or Boston.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bye would be great.
Rank those 3 teams. If you just let's dream NBA Finals. Bucks, Sixers, Boston. Who do you want to play the most? Air quotes to the least.
Philly.
Philly the most. Followed by
Boston, then Milwaukee. I'm not doing it for City. I'm doing it for the Kings trying to win this thing.
Totally.
Yeah, that would be my 3.
I think you're right, but I just God.
I have who I want to play the most, and here's why.
Yeah.
I want them to play the Celtics the most. Because I think the emotion of you and Mr. Cattles, combined thing, might explode our entire city.
We'd have watch parties of just you two, with the cameras on you two.
Here's the thing, though,
I would pay for that.
I know why you guys are saying that, and it makes a ton of sense. I can tell you right now, it would be the biggest letdown because it would be all Cattles. I don't play with any of that. I can tell you that right now, whether it's the Niners or I don't have a lot of experience with, but I'm the ultimate you know what, you guys are really good. If we win even a game, I'll be surprised. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy that's going to talk trash.
But
yeah,
if the Kings won,
well then
I think you would be, at least from a Boston. If I was a Celtics fan, you might be the most unbearable human being I've ever met in my life.
If the Kings won,
seriously,
100%. If the Kings won, Nick would have to let me wear his hat for a week. That's the deal. That's the deal I would make. We're trading hats, bro. Well, I don't know if I win out of that one. I got to be honest with you. Those are some pretty used hats. Something's happening. If I win, Nick's getting a tattoo on his neck of the Kings logo. He'd agree to that.
Yeah, sure.
No, because I don't want to be walking around with a Celtics tat.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to kind of make the same bet.
If the Kings win, Nick is not allowed to roll around in dog hair and then come in here and sit in the studio chairs. He has to.
Somebody does.
I apologize to Nick if I'm accusing, but you and I've talked about it before. Somebody, and we've narrowed it down probably to that show. Somebody has a dog with light hair that is all over these seats sometimes, so that when you're a guy like me that likes to wear black comes in, and I changed my mind. It would actually be pretty, but the problem is that. And then Boston would, oh God, I don't know.
See?
I can't handle that.
I don't know if you could handle Beantown. Beantown versus Beamtown. The NBA Finals we've all been waiting for.
That's exactly what Brett Musburger would have said on CBS.
You're looking live.
You're looking live. It's Beamtown versus. Honestly, here's the thing. I think if it was the, I'm like half joking. If it was the Kings and Celtics in the finals, doesn't Nick kind of have to take a sabbatical? he'll get destroyed by this fan base and it won't even be his fault. Like, that's his team and he's from there. Like, he has every right to root for them.
What if he does the ultimate heel turn, though, on Boston and goes full Kings and they can never return home again?
You know there's no way that happens. So he's going to have to be a Celtics honk, which is, again, totally acceptable. That's what he should be. But how do you do a show when Boston is playing Sacramento in the finals?
Block all the lines, text line, YouTube chat.
You would have to do the ultimate walk down.
Come in with armed security.
I'm just up for a good game for both teams. The good Lord willing, somebody, no injuries, and I just want a good game. And that's your first 5 minutes of your segment. Then what do? I actually would enjoy it if Nick did go full heel. That was just like, I'm just going to be honest. The Sacramento Kings have no business being on the same floor with the Boston Celtics and the MVP, Jason Tatum. You can read more about that at SactownSports.com, 339-1140. Robbie, never mind. Boston, I want him to do that. That's what he should do.
Again, I think it'd just be great. I think Celtics Kings would just be the ultimate thing for this station.
No, it wouldn't. No, it would not.
Oh, it would.
Well, you know what? I think that's one thing Nick and I would both agree on. Maybe I'm wrong. I think the first time Nick and I would ever agree on anything would be that we don't really want that matchup. I
disagree. I disagree.
Well, maybe Nick's like, I want that matchup.
I think Nick wants that matchup.
I think he probably
I'd take that
As
matchup.
a Celtics fan, I'd want that matchup.
As a Kings fan, I would. You got him in the finals.
No.
Dave says no to the finals.
I want Kings Knicks. That's the matchup I want. What are you guys doing?
Just having some fun on the radio.
You know who I want? Kings Wizards. I want the Wizards.
Why? They worked the Kings early this year.
Pistons.
How about, Kings Cavs 2-0 against them. The Celtics. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, it's March. It's March Madness. It's starting. What are you doing? Are you going? What are you doing? Have you done your brackets and so much more? And soon, in about 10 minutes, we're going to have actual NCAA basketball tournament basketball going. And Jason Ross is excited. 60-second break. We're right back.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple. Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
Are you staying warm and comfortable this winter? Take advantage of American Energy's $49 furnace tune-up today. Make sure your furnace is running efficiently and safely with their 30-point tune-up. That'll save you money in the long run and help prevent major repairs and replacements down the road. American Energy, as always, been in Sacramento since 1981. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Make the uncomfortable comfortable. And you tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on DeWalt power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saw's top table saw, or a DeWalt impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With 6.6 left in the tie game, De'Aaron introduced the crowd in Chicago to fourth quarter Fox.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. Fourth quarter, Fox has come through one more time.
Fox finished with a team-high 32 points on a blistering 70% from the field, including 66% from three and 80% from the line in the Kings' 117-114 win over the Bulls. Little time to celebrate, though, as they are on a back-to-back tonight as they play in Brooklyn. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock with game night right here on Sactown Sports. The 49ers continued their busy offseason, signing former number 4 overall pick Cleveland Farrell to a one-year deal. Farrell spent his first 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he amassed 10 total sacks. You can read all about NFL free agency at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Bobby Brown, my prerogative. It's like Wednesday or February.
Yeah.
We got to have one more to have a Mount Rushmore of words that are stupid. Or the way they're spelled.
Connects.
The K is silent. But what is it?
But silent letters are stupid.
I completely agree with you. Have we ever figured out what a knickerbocker is?
I've Wikipedia'd it before, but I don't remember.
I have too. Well, while we get to the bottom of that, March Madness is going on at Golden One Center, and what a great town to have March Madness at.
There's the song.
That's right, and it's exciting. It's exciting knowing that there will be college basketball at Golden One Center. What is I don't even know what the schedule is. I just know your Ucklas are playing tonight.
Yes, UCLA in Asheville, UNC Asheville.
Yeah.
I think you have Northwestern and let's see, Boise State before that. But the first session that gets started, I think the first game is Missouri, Utah State.
Missouri hosting Utah State. That tips off in about a little under 2 hours. Utah State, the 10 seed. The 1-point favorite.
I've got the 10 seed in that game.
So does that even count as an upset?
Yeah. No, not
Do
really.
Do either of y'all, when your teams are in it, obviously Jason, yours is.
Yeah.
Do you bracket with your heart or with your brain?
Brain, every time. It's very difficult for me. Well, first off, I've never been in a position to put, Florida State as a national champion, realistically. But I have had them. I think I had them in the Final Four 2 years ago, but they were actually a legit Final Four contender, and I liked their side of the bracket, and that didn't work out. But generally, I'll have them going out before they're supposed to go out because, again, I can't take it. Like a loss and bracket busted. No, I can't do it.
I think this goes down to I've had the experience, the exact question Jay has asked, where I have gone with my brain thinking, UCLA's not going to go very far.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, and they went to the Final Four. They were in the play-in. They were an 11 seed playing Michigan State in the first that Tuesday or Wednesday, and then got in, and then they just kept winning and made it to the Final Four before. Jalen Suggs hit a half-court shot in the Final Four and beat UCLA.
Wasn't that the Johnny Juzang year?
Mhm.
And then what was it? Was it Alabama that they had that crazy overtime game against?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was.
And Michigan, they had a great game with Michigan. They had just a bunch of close calls, and they won. I had UCLA out maybe in round 2. I was not hurt by that at all. Like as where they go, are you going with your heart, or is money more important, or your team?
Yeah.
If you're in a bracket that's competing with money, then you go. I didn't care that I didn't have UCLA that far because I was so happy that they were that far.
Sure.
By the way, of course, none of us compete in brackets with money.
Right.
No, all for fun.
Yeah.
So in your for fun bracket, who do you have in your Final Four?
Well, now that it's where I literally do not watch enough college basketball,
Same.
I'm picking UCLA.
Yeah. I mean, but they're a 3 seed.
They're a 2 seed.
Or 2 seed, I'm sorry.
Had they honestly that's the team I have watched the most. I haven't watched that much college basketball. They're really good.
Yeah.
They have 2 very important players that are hurt. One of their starters is going to be an NBA guy, is hurt and torn Achilles.
Yeah.
And the other one got hurt in the Pac-12 tournament. Not sure if he's going to play. Had they had them both, I would have been really confident about picking him to win it. Doesn't mean they would. Now I'm less confident, but I went for it.
I have them beating Alabama
For the whole thing?
In my first, I have 2 brackets.
What?
I have UCLA.
Don't be mad at me.
I am 100% going to be mad.
It's all your fault.
And then Houston beating Arizona in the other.
Okay.
He's going to point to this segment that you convinced him.
Yes, which his picks are already in.
And it's always too, like every year in these brackets, there's nothing worse than your bracket basically being busted after weekend 1.
Yeah, I mean, for the amount of years that we've had this pool here that's roamed around this station, we might have 200 plus people in it.
Did I see right that there's one guy that has 10 brackets?
I hate those people. I'm
hate
sorry.
him too.
I don't think that's accurate.
I know he has at least 5.
Maybe, but it's also that might be for family members. And
okay.
It's always quote unquote for family members.
Yeah.
It's their bracket. BS.
Yeah. Right.
But no one, to my knowledge, and I think who is it? Warren Buffett that still puts out that $1 million or more than that. It might be $1 billion perfect bracket.
Yeah.
It's just so we have way less people, but let's say we have 200 people in this pool.
Yes.
In all the years we've done this, Dave, nobody has gone 32-0. Just the first round.
Never.
A perfect first round, which seems possible. So you think about you have to get every combination of
that's
right
still
after that.
really hard.
Yeah, and so I would guess, without seeing this tournament play out, the leader of this pool that we have, if we say we have 200 people, will probably be 27-5.
Wow,
that's still
guess.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's a guess. I think we've had as high as like 29-3, but it's difficult.
Your odds of filling out a perfect bracket.
Do you even have the number? I don't even know what the wording is.
I don't either. I know that it's 9 quintillion. It's 9.223 quintillion to 1, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Like 5 thingies.
You know what? I feel safe in saying this. Whoever gets a perfect bracket, I'll give you $1 million to.
Yeah, but
I'm putting up my mill as well.
You have better odds of
everything in life.
Literally being elected president of the United States.
Yeah.
Some other fun facts.
Probably
for you.
winning the lottery 3 times.
While president of the United States.
Yeah, and getting struck by lightning.
Yeah.
The lowest seed to ever win the tournament. It happened in 1985. Number 8, Villanova. The lowest seed to ever crack the Final Four. It's a tie between LSU, George Mason.
11s?
11 seeds.
Yeah.
And VCU. There has been 1 year. Well, let me see what the date is on this just to be sure. Okay, yeah, 1 year where all 4 number 1 seeds made the Final Four.
Wow.
2008. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
You would think that would, whatever. There would be more than that. Let me see here. UCLA has won the national title 11 times, 10 of those under John Wooden, and 7 of them between 67 and 73. So should those all count as 7, or should they be truncated? Because it was basically like an era.
It's like the Celtics in the 60s.
Oh, they count.
Do you walk around, Jason? 11 rings, baby.
You've heard me say it.
11 rings.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
All the time.
11 rings.
Only one coach has ever won championships in both the NCAA and NBA.
Oh, I feel like I should get
both.
Yeah, got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Jay? Jason, go ahead.
Lawrence Brown.
Larry
That's
Brown. Correct. Well done.
Kansas and Detroit Pistons.
Has anyone else come close? I don't think so.
Brad Stevens? No,
Close.
yeah.
He didn't win either one.
Yeah.
Super close.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone else.
Wasn't Rick Pitino.
Sure wasn't Rick Pitino.
Sure wasn't John Calipari. No, not at all. So everyone, again, have they officially started?
I think in 2 minutes, 3
2
minutes.
minutes. Better get your brackets in right now.
Let me know when you have scoring updates. You'll hear this on this very radio station.
Are you going to the? You are going to the games
after the Kings game tonight. I will watch UCLA UNC Astral.
Oh, because you gotta.
And you're going as a fan, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to make it in time?
I don't know. That's pending. Kings start at 4:30. UCLA is at 6:40. You got a post game to do. Might be a fast post game.
I was gonna say, isn't there a way to?
There is. He just won't do it.
Yeah.
Do what?
Somebody could
leave early.
Yeah.
Leave early.
Yes.
Oh no, I'll be fine.
What about
doing light the beam first?
What about doing your end from?
Who's on the board here tonight? Nate.
I think it's Nate.
Yeah, have Nate do the post game.
Yeah. What did you ask me?
What about doing your end from Golden One?
I think that's NCAA. There's probably some copyright things. It's not a NCAA takes over that building.
Somebody read a tweet, Russell did, so this is 100% true, that said if all grains of sand on earth were laid out in front of you and numbered randomly and you picked one, you'd have a better chance of guessing the number you picked than a perfect bracket. I don't know. Here's
a lot of sand, man.
Which is more? The quintillion number of picking a perfect bracket or grains of sand?
Feels like there's more grains of sand.
I think the same, right? Like I would go grains of sand.
Also feels like something you would tell someone like, why don't you go pick grains of sand? Count grains of sand.
Yeah, nobody ever says, why don't you go pick a perfect NCAA bracket?
Yeah, go count grains of sand.
If I tried, I could do it. Who's your Final Four? You said your champion.
Yeah, my Final Four. So in that particular bracket, my Final Four is Alabama Marquette, which is a 1-2, and Houston UCLA, which is a 1-2. In my secondary one, this is just dazzling radio, I know. Number 2 Arizona, number 2 Marquette versus number 1 Houston, and number 4 UConn. Okay. Not Mecon, UConn. So Marquette could really screw me because I've got them in the Final Four in both. And I feel I actually want to change that now.
We are similar, Dave. I have Alabama, Marquette.
Okay.
Xavier, UCLA.
I got 2 of the same.
Oh.
I got Bammers and Duke.
Duke is Duke.
And
certainly Duke.
Kansas and Xavier.
Okay.
Is a coach, I'm not high on Duke this year. Is a Coach K-less Duke gonna?
They are singing the praises of John Shire.
Yeah.
Coach K-less, so they're just due.
Was Coach K holding him back?
Yeah, clearly.
I mean, his I don't know, last 10 years, the NCAA tournament, there were some doozies.
We'll take a break. When we come back, current Kings, they've had their experience in the NCAA.
Do you remember them in college?
I remember some of them in college. We'll get to that next.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together. But let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
When was the last time you heard of a new car for only $298 a month? How about today at Elk Grove Kia? Your choice, 2023 Kia Forte GT or 2023 Kia Soul EX for only $298 a month. Incredible. With Elk Grove Kia's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Why would you buy anywhere else? Worried about credit? Elk Grove Kia specializes in helping folks get the credit they deserve. No credit, little credit, bad credit, no problem. Bankruptcies, foreclosures, repos, no problem. Looking for the hard-to-find models, Tellurides, K5s, EV6s? Check us out online at elkgrovekia.com or come see us at the Elk Grove Auto Mall today. 2023 Kia Soul EX298 plus tax 48 month lease, $31.95 customer cash to assigning residual of $15,603.80 based on 10K per year, 20 cents per mile overpayment based on 01740 plus FICO score. Subject to Kia finance approval. Monthly payment GTA 858. 2023 Kia Forte GT 298 plus tax 36 month lease, $39.95 customer cash to assigning residual of $13,140 based on 10K per year, payment at tier 1740 plus FICO score. Subject to Kia finance approval. Monthly payment GTA 8581. Both expire 3/31/23.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Get ready for March Madness to start. Golden One Center, your home March Madness. Oh gosh, I just thought of it with that those lane closures downtown.
Yeah,
that's as everybody was getting into the games.
That's right.
Woof. Woof, woof, I say. Do we have a single tip? Let me go to the scores here. Nope.
No.
9:15
Yeah, they're like 2 minutes from tip-off in Maryland and West Virginia. Kevin Herter's got eyes on this game.
Right. And 10:40 will be off the air. Chris Watkins will be on, though. That's Utah State, Missouri. We'll see the beautiful Golden One court.
Yeah, I was over there yesterday. Took a picture of the court.
Looks nice.
Yeah, it's just different. It's everything's, NCAA, Sac State's the host school, March Madness logos everywhere. And
well, let's see. Here's who we're going against in the beginning. We're going against Legacy Arena in Birmingham. The Amway Center in Orlando.
I heard that's nice.
It's okay. Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Right?
Filled with corn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, who even cares? And then, let's see. Tomorrow, Golden One Center going up against Nationwide Arena in Columbus.
They're on your side.
They have an arena in Columbus?
That's what I'm saying. Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro.
Which is about 157 years old, I believe.
Ball Arena in Denver.
Mm-hmm. Had a ball.
Yeah, don't get hit. And MVP Arena in Albany.
Oh, you can't name your arena MVP.
No.
Especially if it's in Albany.
Yeah. Right. Albany is the Sacramento of New York.
Yeah.
It really is, actually.
Hey, we're looking live at Birmingham, Alabama right now.
Yeah.
Crowd shot they just had a moment ago of Maryland and West Virginia. Oh, and the A-team's calling that game.
Yeah, Jim Nance. Oh,
Mr. T.
Oh, Jim Nance is looking like he's got the makeup on.
Why wouldn't he?
Well, hey, you're a little long in the tooth these days.
Final year, right?
Yeah.
Doing the NCAA tournament.
Got to go out handsome.
Is Jim Nance on the Mount Rushmore of greatest all-around broadcasters ever?
He's had a lot of high-profile. I mean, he's been in all the moments, so he's probably going to be put up there.
Like he's got to be. It's got to be Al Michaels, Jim Nance, and then fill in the other two. Of course, I'm missing obvious ones. Nance Musburger.
I'd go Dick Stockton over Musburger.
Really?
Scully? And I know that feels very Dodge, but he was national.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Stockton called baseball.
Marv's
got to be up there.
Costas.
I like Bob.
What about Bob?
Hey, Bob.
When it comes to March Madness, though, we think of our Sacramento Kings. And
it's the first thing we all think of.
100% where we zero in on. Current Kings and their March Madness runs, I have to confess, I the one that stands out to me is De'Aaron Fox, but a lot of the reason that stands out to me is I remember the video. Well, first off, we kind of zeroed in on him before as a guy the Kings wanted, so you pay a little extra attention. That's number one. Seeing him in Bam Adebayo. Was it Bam Adebayo?
No, Malik.
No, but it was. Didn't Bam go to Kentucky with him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the video where they're crying,
I thought it was him and Malik.
That's what I thought too.
Maybe it's Bam.
It was him and Bam.
Okay.
When they got beat in the NCAAs.
But yeah, I think we were a close eye on the Kings were picking going to be a lottery team, and yeah, there was a close eye on the tournament.
I say the one memory I have of that, Jason, plug your ears. De'Aaron Fox destroying Lonzo Ball at UCLA.
He did.
He did.
That was after UCLA started through here. They were at Golden One for the first two rounds. Then it was round 3 against Kentucky, and yeah, Fox went off.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I don't remember Sabonis at Gonzaga.
I do. Yeah. I don't remember Herter at all at Maryland, though.
How do you not remember Herter at Maryland?
You do?
I don't.
No.
Oh, okay.
Remember Walt Williams at Maryland?
Yeah. We threw a monk in with Fox.
Yeah.
Kentucky. Harrison Barnes. I mean, I know he went to North Carolina. I remember him playing a little bit, but
yeah.
I remember him at Carolina just because he was really heralded out of North Carolina.
Well, we'll say this: there's hands down, without a doubt, there's not a close second, third, fourth, or fifth. There's one player on the Kings that has had the best NCAA run, and also recency bias is the most memorable.
Chimezie Metu.
Yes, Matthew Dellavedova. No, really, I don't know how many draft spots he jumped, but I would say quite a few when Davion Mitchell's Baylor Bears won the championship.
That's a good call.
And he was, who was his teammates?
Butler, that went to the Utah Jazz.
Yeah. But Mitchell was really like.
Just remember, that's where you first started hearing off night, right?
Right. He was fantastic in the tournament. That was a fun run for Baylor. And, really handed the first Jason Ross bracket pool championship to old Carmichael Dave. So
hey, how about that?
Yeah, a little bit of a soft spot in there for Davion Mitchell.
Do you still have the trophy on the mantle at home?
I do.
What's crazy is people don't realize he actually took down a picture of his children and replaced it with that trophy.
Yeah.
One represents something that's awesome.
Yeah, it's weird that
kids.
Once
there's two failures. Dang it!
Once these guys get to the pros, and especially if they start to really establish a career, it's like I don't know. I find myself sometimes forgetting about their college days.
Well, I think now, especially because it's so many one and dones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also if you look at in the NBA, let me just bring it up here.
Like Tim Duncan had a nice career at Wake Forest, but then it's like, I don't know. You obviously remember way more about San Antonio, and there's more years and more longevity there. But
I do think it is a lot has to do with like the one and done. You remember a guy, Patrick Ewing just got fired at Georgetown, but even when you talk about Patrick Ewing with the Knicks, you always go back to Patrick Ewing at Georgetown.
Yeah.
Always go back to Pat Ewing at Georgetown.
Do you remember Joel Embiid at Kansas? I do a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
I remember the whole thing about drafting him was
the feats.
Yeah, the footies.
Like Zion at Duke, right?
Yeah, remember that.
Yeah, but do you remember Kyrie at Duke?
A little bit.
He played like 8
bit.
games.
Yeah. A little. I remember it a little bit. Here's the other bottom line too is Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo,
right?
Luka Doncic. No.
Loved them at Sac State.
Yeah, they were amazing in college. Oh wait, no, not at all. Yeah. They just didn't. They weren't part of it. That's easily three of probably the top 6 names.
Okay,
in the NBA right now.
Current NBA players, whose college career sticks out to you the most? That you can say, player X, I remember them here vividly.
Well, on the one and done, he's not current anymore. He just done. But like I felt like Carmelo in Syracuse was a really big deal.
Oh, absolutely. As a freshman,
1 year they won it, and he still had a legendary NBA career. But I feel like that one was really had a lot of spotlight on it.
Who right now? Not that he did much in the tournament, but I very much remember looking at Trae Young at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I think, and because he had a wonderful college career when he did play.
There's another one from Oklahoma because I did think the Kings this year they won 17 and everything pointed them to having the number 1 pick. I was so excited that they were going to get Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
I loved him in college. He was such a high flyer.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is going to be the greatest pick. And then, of course, the Kings went 4th.
For me, it's a tie because this is probably the last year I really, really paid attention to college basketball. It's the K-Love, Russell Westbrook, that UCLA squad. Remember that team.
What is it? The Final Four outstanding player? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, most outstanding player of the tournament.
So what's interesting about that?
Because there's plenty of guys that win that just don't do anything.
I mean, we've looked at this before, and the first one that comes to my mind is Sacramento King Sean May, North Carolina.
Kings legend Sean May. Give him his due.
I
like this one. Steph Curry at Davidson. That's from Michael.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about him.
Ochai Agbaji. That's your rating outstanding
Kansas
player.
Okay.
Jared Butler.
That
was who it was on Baylor. Kyle Guy. Dante DiVincenzo.
Kyle Guy.
Joel Berry II, North Carolina.
How we've made it this far without Kyle Guy on the team.
For real. Remember when that was
he was the guy.
I don't even remember Joel Berry II. And by the way, why isn't it Joel Berry Jr.? Anyways, Ryan Archie Diacono, who I for the longest time thought his name was Archie Diacono, and I don't think I'm the only one. Tyus Jones.
Yeah.
Shabazz Napier.
Shabazz.
Former host. Luke Hancock.
Love Luke Hancock.
It's his name. And then Anthony Davis in 2012. You've got to go back 11 years to find someone. And I mean, it's too early on a couple of these guys, but to find a real crazy standout. And then before him was Kemba Walker.
Well, but even that, Anthony Davis.
I remember that Kemba UConn run very well.
One of the best runs in history.
But AD the Kentucky team was great. He was thought to be great. Everyone thought would be number one, and he backed it up. But that doesn't happen that often.
It does not happen that often. And was that the Kentucky team, or was it the next year? It might have been the next year. Wasn't that the Kentucky team that started out like 18-0, 20-0, something crazy? I might have those mixed up, and then that didn't work out too well. Now, what does work out very well is when you go to our friends at Hoblet and you take advantage of all the savings during. Well, just listen. Let me bottom line you about our friends at Hoblet, okay? No hassle, no pressure, ever. And that's a big deal because y'all have been there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what happens when you go to a car place and they're more interested in getting you in the car on their terms than on your terms. And that's just not something Hoblet's ever done. They're family owned and operated. And right now they've got their Ram truck celebration event going on all month where you can get deals like $10,000 off MSRP on the new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Friendly hometown values, don't want to take advantage of you at all. And that's why they're the number one Ram truck dealer in California and number 3 in the United States. No dealer markup on the most popular Ram and Jeep models. Don't forget they got a ton of Jeeps. Other dealers are marking everything up on MSRP. Hoblet's lowering them. And again, on the best models. Search, select, and save at hobletdodge.com. 5 minutes from the airport, right there in Woodland. Tommy, good buddy, Carmichael Dave sent you. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's look at tonight in the NBA. A little more from the Kings last night as well as we wrap up and put to bed that thrilling victory over the Bulls. We're right back after this.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender. In the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by R.C. Willey Home Furnishings.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A nice dry day ahead. It's chilly this morning. Temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40 to start, but we should see mostly sunny skies to warm us into the mid-60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
New flooring instantly updates a room. RC Willey has an incredible selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate. Their experts will help you find the perfect floor for your home and schedule a free in-home measure. Shop RC Willey in Elk Grove or Rockland today.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888-GREENSPAN. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. When you go to court, you take a lawyer. When you have a claim, engage a private adjuster to level the playing field. Receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Call 888-GREENSPAN today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa. Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1 gig internet on the Xfinity 10G network. It's just $30 a month for 2 years when you add mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. With 6.6 left in a tie game, De'Aaron introduced the crowd in Chicago to fourth quarter Fox.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple. Fourth quarter, Fox has come through one more time.
Fox finished with a team-high 32 points on a blistering 70% from the field, including 66% from 3 and 80% from the line in the Kings' 117-114 win over the Bulls. Little time to celebrate, though, as they are on a back-to-back tonight as they play in Brooklyn. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock with game night right here on Sactown Sports. The 49ers continued their busy offseason, signing former number 4 overall pick Clelin Ferrell to a 1-year deal. Ferrell spent his first 4 seasons with the Las Vegas Raiders, where he amassed 10 total sacks. You can read all about NFL free agency at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
I'm sure this is in a couple of places, but shout out to the Kings Herald for compiling this. You know what we haven't heard today, Jason?
What's that?
We haven't heard the Chicago call of last night's Fox shot.
Okay.
This is from their television broadcast.
You got to stay in front of him. Fox is the guy.
Fox beat Orlando in 3 this year. Here he is for the win.
Told you.
Still 0.7 left.
I told you.
Still 0.7 left.
I told you.
That's I believe that's Stacey King that's saying that. The
SK. He told you.
Told you. Stacey King. No, Stacey Augman. Augman was Plastic Man.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wrong Stacey.
Yeah, Stacey King was Aluminum Man.
That's a great call, though. That's a foreboding.
Adam Amin.
Yeah, Adam Amin. You're absolutely right. That's a wonderful call from the. You don't always hear that type of foreshadowing and understanding from an opposing team's call.
You got to stay in front of him. Fox is the guy.
Fox beat Orlando in 3 this year. Here he is for the win.
Told you.
Will Z Stats, who's a great follow on Twitter as well for all kinds of statistics. De'Aaron Fox is now just 1 game behind Chris Webber for most 30-point games in Kings history, Sacramento era.
Wow.
It's his 24th game yesterday with 30 plus. If you're wondering where De'Aaron is on the chart overall, he's 1 behind Chris with 64.
Already.
Yeah.
Something tells me he'll pass him before his Kings tenure's over.
I think so.
Maybe tonight.
Probably tonight.
You guys can, I'm pretty sure you can guess who 1 and 2 are. Sacramento Kings history, most 30-plus point games.
Richmond and Cousins?
Richmond and Cousins, that's right.
Also a great law firm.
Richmond, Cousins, and Weber, yes. Richmond, 105. DeMarcus Cousins with 81. And you know what I'd like to do? I'm sure they have this, and I need to identify it, be able to explain it to every, and I don't mean that in a dumb way, just I need it explained to me so I can explain it. You know how they adjust movies gross based on inflation?
Uh-huh.
Like, I need that 105 from Mitch Richmond adjusted based on offense. Because a 30-point game in Mitch Richmond's era is greater than sign a 30-point game in this era. And that's no knock on Fox at all. Just saying, dude, you're playing in an era where it was like 92-64. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
so it's equivalent. You're right. It should mean more.
There should be some sort of adjustment figure. And like I said, I'm sure there is.
Okay, but also a fun exercise since we're on it. Adjust for inflation, Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean... the problem there is that you got all kinds of adjustments too.
That's my point.
No offense to Wilt again, but you literally, I know this is a tired trope, but you literally had people guarding Wilt Chamberlain that in some cases were also stocking shelves at Sears.
Yeah.
In the offseason.
They were good at it.
That's what I was going to say. I really hate when people bring that up because to me that shows off versatility that today's athlete could never pull off.
Well, we had on this very station, I want to say it was back on my night show, I had Raleigh Fingers on once. And he was saying, God, was it the year before, the year of his MVP year, he had an offseason job. He was working, I think it was at a Sears or at some sort of store like that. Like
Raleigh was working for the discount, though. Let's just be honest.
Exactly. We've got tonight in the NBA, Kings Nets.
That's all that matters. Not as much on the. Well, I guess if the Nuggets somehow lost tonight in Detroit,
oh my gosh, then
you're like something's up with Denver.
Yeah, then it's all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Then it's an absolute
and maybe
fire drill.
Maybe still root for the Magic just to make sure the Suns stay back there.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Hi. Is everybody awake now?
Yes.
I had that potted up for the Chicago Bulls thing. My goodness. Sorry, everybody. Well, first upset underway in the only game going. We've got just a couple of minutes gone in the first NCAA regional. 11:49 left in the first half. West Virginia 13. Kevin Herter's Maryland Terrapins 4. That's a 9 over an 8.
I literally picked Maryland because of Kevin Herter.
Same.
Thanks, Kevin.
Good job, Kev.
We'll call it a comeback. Put Herter in.
Is he even going to come on?
What an absolute embarrassment.
Hey.
Does that reflect on Kevin?
Yes.
All you have to do is get all the picks right. That's 63 games to have that perfect bracket. I may be 0-1 on the first one. Blow it up.
I have West Virginia in both my brackets.
Wow, you hate Kevin Herter.
I do.
Wow, that is.
I do.
Let's call him now and get him on the show. Jay and I are supporting Kevin Herter.
Right.
Dave has. I mean, you have two pools basically to do two different things.
Yes.
And both of them, you're like, no, I'm going against Kevin Herter twice.
And you know how I show my support?
Right.
With Maryland out in round 2.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's also a 9-8. It's not like, well, I understand you were a 14.
What are you talking about? Maryland has home court advantage.
Honestly, though, it's just the way West Virginia matches up with Maryland, especially down to the defense.
Well, no, and I mean, to your point, West Virginia plays that 2-3, which is really hard to crack.
or is it the fact that they have 4 points but 6 turnovers?
Yeah,
that's
honestly.
it. That's it. And they've had trouble, all year.
All year they've had issues with that and stuff.
But guys, they're a second half of the first half team.
That is
so the
true.
final 10 minutes of the first half and the second half they'll be ready.
Yeah, I saw that on one of the bracketology reports.
Yeah, that was mine.
Maybe my favorite thing about March Madness every year is whoever has a good first round and wow, you really had a good first round.
Yeah.
Man, I was honestly, just going in.
Senior cards.
Dude, I try to tell everybody NCAA March Madness Reddit.
Yeah.
Check out my thread.
You're like, shut up, stupid.
It also goes the other way. Like someone, let's say if you did pick Alabama or you picked UCLA, but Alabama, let's say, to win a championship and they won today, their first game by 2. Oh, I don't feel good.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You can win every game by 1.
Does not matter.
That doesn't look good for the next game.
The W is all that matters. Nuggets Pistons tonight, considering the trouble the Nuggets have been in. What do you think they're favored by tonight in Detroit?
The Nuggets?
Because they are, I will say this, they are favored. I'll give that part away.
And it's in Detroit, correct?
Yeah, it's in Detroit.
And they are going against the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
of Bagley and Wiseman.
8.
The Twin Towers of Disappointment.
Wow.
So far, you say 8, Jay. What is Denver favored by tonight in Detroit?
3.5.
3.5. I would have probably, to be honest, I would have said 8, 9.5. They're favored by 15.
Whoa!
In Detroit.
Did someone shoot Jokic or something? What happened?
No. Denver's favored by 15.
I thought you said Detroit. I was
like, Denver is favored by 15.
Why is Jay always killing people?
I asked if someone died.
Right, but you could say something like...
Also, being shot doesn't necessarily mean he's going to die.
How about does Jokic have the flu? How about does Jokic have a...
Because it was so dramatic that he could have played with the flu.
Milwaukee hosts the Pacers and the Magic Suns. Magic and Phoenix.
Magic.
Phoenix favored by 8. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got news and notes. We got celebrity birthdays. We got a crossover with Chris Watkins. And if we can, I want to fit in this Domantas Sabonis audio with the G-Man postgame. We'll do that next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
The replies I got yesterday cannot describe this crew any better than they did. So JJ's text was, I had stuff going on. I had some family things going on. I said, all right, that fits JJ. So Simone texted us. This is legitimate. I got my hair braided yesterday. And obviously these bleeps too tight if I'm missing text. Here was Rami's text back. I was taking a nap.
Rock on, Rami. Never change.
Cattles and Robbie. Weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Family-owned Clark & Rush, celebrating 60 years of serving Sacramento. It's time to convert your gas water heater and furnace to electric. Just turn to the experts at Clark & Rush and Carrier. We electrify more homes than any other contractor in Sacramento. Plus, we'll help you get up to $6,500 in utility rebates. We'll even do the paperwork. Call or visit clark-rush.com.
Smart energy savings is what we do. Clark and Rush.
Call 916-245-2829.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Get ready, because Scott's is taking over Daylight Saving Time. It's such a big event that we're calling it Day-Long Saving Time. And now it's got real savings. In fact, it's the biggest deals of the year. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action and Easy Seed products today at the Home Depot and Lowe's. Offers available March 9th through 22nd at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact offers.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Dr. Rick here. Another sign you're becoming your parents is getting particular about details that don't matter.
The craziest thing happened when we got tacos the other day. Was it Wednesday or Thursday we got tacos? I know it wasn't Tuesday because that's when I went to my hairdresser. Shoot, what day was it?
See how we all lost interest there?
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout.
Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross.
And Chris Watkins.
And me.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm good.
No co.
Yeah, no co.
No co.
There's no co today?
Is there a co today?
Co tomorrow, though. Co tomorrow.
Who's the co?
Frankie Cardicelli.
Ah, well, that's co.
It's co.
Frankie Codicelli.
Ah,
Hey.
Frankie Codicelli. Good. Hey, just want to end my my part of the show with the way that I kind of started my part of the show.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who weren't here at 6 a.m., Chris,
Don't do it again, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
What?
Don't do what you did earlier.
What did I do earlier?
Do you know the song? I'll give you a second. This is a 70s group.
I know I know of the song. I can't tell you like who it's by or
No?
what the song title is.
Have you ever seen the video?
Beatles.
Or are you familiar with who's
Say
saying
the Wiggles? No.
No. So I got the video in front of me, and let's start it over here.
Banger.
Bobby Caldwell. Okay, yeah, he just passed away.
Yeah, he just passed away
Yeah.
yesterday. So notice the video starts out in a silhouette.
Right.
Great voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a wonderful voice. And I want you to get a picture of him in your head.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you know?
I heard about
Okay.
this. Yeah.
So
It's one of the few things I heard about yesterday is that they would not show his face for
yeah,
a
they
while.
wouldn't. Bobby Caldwell, we told the story earlier. Bobby Caldwell is the grand heavyweight champion of what? when watching a music video, and Bobby was not able to make it in the LA club, so he went back home to Miami at 27, and he hooked up with an R&B outfit that had been enjoying a lot of success with Casey and the Sunshine Band, a few other blah blah blah. So he cuts this song, and they're worried because their strength is in the R&B market, but they didn't.
Ugly people can't be stars.
Yeah, that's what it was. They kind of kept it a secret that Bobby Caldwell looked like Indiana Jones. So Bobby came up with the idea for the album cover, which is of him in a silhouette.
Yeah.
And he had been in LA. His band had been backing Little Richard. He then gets this song. It's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows he's a white guy.
Yeah.
So he goes to the opening show in Cleveland. He was opening for, I believe it was Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes out and he starts with this, and he said you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
And everyone's looking at him like, dude, what is this joker doing?
Yeah.
And song hits. He busts out that Bobby Caldwell voice, hits him with this. So within about 30 seconds, out of the palm of his hand. Yeah.
Everybody's just looking at each other. Everybody makes eye contact.
Yes.
Like, are we really seeing what we're seeing right now?
Listen, Bobby Caldwell, not a handsome man. Bobby Caldwell, I'm also guessing, did not have an issue with the ladies.
At all. I mean, this is a dropper.
How many times do you think he said like, no, I'm Bobby Caldwell, and people are just like,
many.
The ladies are like,
no,
you're just not. Though.
They
Like,
bust out. I just never let you know. You know who else probably gets that a lot? I'll bet is Michael McDonald. Doobie Brothers. Michael McDonald's another guy whose voice does not match his face whatsoever.
Yeah. It's all clicking. Yeah.
Well, anyways,
It's factual.
Anyways, Bobby passed away yesterday.
He's dead.
Jay.
Jay,
All right.
when I say he's passed away, I think the audience understands that he's also dead.
Yeah, but some of our audience is just not.
No, even Chris Guerrero knows.
You get to always pick out the low-hanging fruit. Let me do it every once in a while.
But you've done it twice. It's always with
You
dead
lead the
people.
league.
But it's a new audience.
You want them to enjoy it too?
Yes.
It's called a reset.
Double your pleasure, double your fun.
Oh, yeah. Flake raisins. Enjoy them a second time. Let's see.
No.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
What is today?
316.
That's right. It's also
Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah! It's also National Spray Tanning Day.
Did you get the hell yeah reference? You didn't, did
Isn't
you?
that a wrestling thing?
Thank you. 316, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Come on, buddy.
All right. Well, wasn't it yesterday in wrestling history the debut of Chris Jericho in 2000? Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, in the WWE.
It was.
No, like he was born. It was his debut in life. No, I don't know. I saw the open. The Rock was in the ring reacting dramatically to spotlights.
I couldn't tell what he was cooking.
I have never spray tanned, Jay.
Me?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, all right.
Full time.
All natural.
Yeah, Christopher Law has spray tanning.
Me and Verlaud. No.
I have questions about spray tanning, though. I do. I've always had questions about spray tanning. I don't know if I've ever known anybody. Like, first off, what is your attire, and is it what I think it is?
It's got to be minimal, right?
I think it is
Yeah.
really minimal.
Yeah.
Secondly, like, you don't just stand there and go front to back, right? Like, there's crevices that you have to lift and place to get the spray tanning in. And then my biggest question, honestly, and you can hit me at 916-339-1140, and this is an okay word to say, it just makes everybody cringe, but what do you do with your nipples? And I'm asking this.
Take them off.
Like, do you wear pasties? Do you just allow your nipples to get tanned? Do you just have tanner nipple? I don't know.
Can nipples tan?
Yeah.
If they're sprayed.
No, but I mean just in general.
I
like,
don't think so.
Why would it be different than when you're in the natural side?
Right, but this is like...
You probably put like tape around them, like, you know, when you're painting a wall.
That's what I'm wondering. If you're wearing those little the tassels or whatever to cover them up. I mean, I
like the visual.
Somebody out there has spray tanned and can answer for me what's going on here. Anyways, today's National Panda Day.
Dave, you don't wear pasties.
You just let them get sprayed?
Yeah.
Well, you've been.
Yes.
Wait, okay, so hold on a second.
I didn't think you were being
No,
real.
I hate this.
I don't
Because he used to get me. Chris, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you believing him?
But here's the thing: I don't even want to ask him further because I know it'll end up being he's gonna make it really awkward. I'm gonna be like, I'd be like, why would you spray tan, Chris? And be like, well, until I was 12, I had a skin disease. Like it'll be something where I feel bad and out of it.
My friend's wife is an esthetician, and she was giving him out. It's like needing to test on people. So,
there you go. Okay, well that's
actually a good
unbelievable.
reason.
Dang it! I still feel like we're.
I feel there's
okay.
something
Okay,
else.
so hold on. So your friend's wife. Okay, so that makes it even awkward. What are you wearing when you're getting spray tan, Chris?
Shorts.
Okay, all right. So
shorts.
You just had big
How
time
short?
tan lines.
Yeah.
Are you wearing shorts? Or are you wearing like
Michigan
Speedos or-
baggies?
yeah,
Like I would say, like smaller shorts.
smaller shorts.
Yeah.
And then you got to like lift your arms. Well, I guess you're wearing shorts. It doesn't matter to make sure. And then you just let your nipples get tan.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not judging you. I just.
Why would you not want?
I don't know. Maybe you don't want. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. I don't know. I don't have the answer. That's why I'm asking. I got weird. National Panda Day. Question for all of you. If you could have an animal that's not a normal pet as a pet that was like completely trained, what animal would you take? I mean, you have like a lion, you could have a zebra, a panda, but like realistically, like you can't pick a fish. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you can have a fish without.
Yeah, I know, but like
a lot of people get them.
No one's picking a fish if you could pick anything in the animal kingdom. I'm picking probably a panda. I got to be honest with you.
Name it Express.
How rad would a panda be?
How about a whale?
No, it's hard.
It's not a fish. Isn't it a mammal?
I think it's a mammal.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has a vertebrae.
Yeah, but what do you keep? Where are you keeping the whale?
Well, you have a lot of land.
Yeah.
Jason's got a big pool.
He does.
Yeah.
We need a whale in Sacramento too.
Yeah.
MLS.
A penguin?
Ooh, but wouldn't they get a little? What do you do with the penguin in July? Let it hang out in the
Spray
fridge.
tan.
Would you mouth feed it? You know how like they like have to chew it up and then
If we were close.
dispense it.
Chris,
I go monkey. They seem
Yeah.
like they could be really helpful around the house.
Yeah.
You can actually maybe teach them some things.
Yeah, but what if they
make
all
them useful?
But what if
I don't know.
But what if you get one of those monkeys that's like
Isn't that just isn't that all
right.
monkeys?
You're just getting stuff thrown in your face. Jay?
A duck. I like ducks. Big
Tom
duck
Bailey
guy.
actually had a duck. That's not
Okay.
It's not.
Let me tell you, I lived in an apartment complex that was full of ducks. Not that great. Not that great. Poops everywhere. They're incredibly loud.
So do kids.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Wow. Boss just texted us. Let me talk to you guys all after the show.
I just read it
I hope
too.
it's not about ducks.
Oh boy.
National Artichoke Hearts Day.
Hey,
I'm a huge fan.
I had an artichoke yesterday.
I have a question. I have an artichoke. I almost had an artichoke, but I went outside and got on the phone, and I forgot that it was boiling on the stove, and it's a Teflon pan. So, can I still eat the artichoke even though it kind of burnt, or am I going to die? It's in my fridge right now.
You'll probably die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason Ross, celebrity birthdays.
Flavor Flav.
Oh my gosh.
Flavor Flav.
I would believe
That's a tough one to
any
predict.
age over 60, I would 100% believe.
My rap partner, Flavor Flav, on this very station. He and I rapped together. He was my hype man. That is an absolute true story. I was Chuck D. And he was Flavor Flav. You don't believe me, do you? Chris, were you the board op then on that show?
I was the intern.
You were there, correct?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No.
Thank you.
Did he have a clock on?
No, he was on the phone, which made it even higher degree of difficulty. Flavor Flav is 64.
I'll say 72.
63.
I think he's up there. He looks terrible. Sorry, Flav. sorry, Flav, but you look rough.
Happy
Like
birthday. Dave, 64.
Ugh.
That's my guy. Was that the best one? Sorry.
Hey, like Flavor Flav, we're out of time.
We're out of time. I took it all up with Panda questions. For Sam Amick, for Jay, for Chris Watkins, for Jason Ross, I'm Carmichael Dave. We'll do a double dose of celebrity birthdays tomorrow. No, we won't because it's Friday Fun and Games. That's right.
No.
Oh, no.
Maybe it is.
Light the Brooklyn beam tonight. Bye now.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.